sure you've had some happy days before. So what makes you think you can't have more? Keep on fighting and you'll see. You will soon see rainbows. Hey, come on. La 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 la. La 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 la. Ba-dum ba-dum boom. La 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 la. La 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 la. Ba-dum ba-dum boom. La 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 la. La 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 la. Ba-dum ba-dum boom. La 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 la. La 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 la. On the way. Beautiful clouds, where you are, where you are. There are beautiful clouds, where you are, where you are. Oh, oh.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Good. 2025 has been a successful year for government. Normally I'm the face of it, but they don't know that those who are cooking in the kitchen are the ones cooking the delicious food. I'm just serving the food. So I came to say thank you for the good work you've done and to encourage you for 2026 to work even harder and cook more delicious food for the people of Ghana. Memo afi chapa. Afi. Nen bani now. Good. Why you fear my handshake? How are you? Now I don't pass your gate, so I hardly see you guys. But I know you are busy. Well done. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Hi, Kom. Happy New Year. Good.
Happy New Year.
My dear, come. Why? Are you afraid of me?
Happy New Year.
the Vice President Secretariat.
This is my office I never worked in.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
My daughter, how are you? Good, good, good. Happy New Year. Good, 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 good.
Happy New Year. 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 Happy New Year.
And you think you're activating that side of the whole thing, where we don't allow your vice president, your former president, stay. Without doing anything. Now, ensure say you appoint them to do certain jobs for the country.
Yeah.
So then we lock them down.
Yeah. Mama is secret to be.
Anna.
Who say Bawumia wanted to appoint President Kufuor as a running mate?
Really?
I'll tell you. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, he wanted to appoint President Kufuor as a running mate in 2024 election. Chebia, who wouldn't understand this. At a point when NPP realized that Ashanti region is becoming a problem, where they shouldn't have been a problem, their strongest hold was fallen. They needed somebody that Ghana for Dono. Ghana for a bit me okay, this is a fresh beginning. As for this man there, I think this thing was discussed on Paul Adwachi's program. Good evening, Ghana. Because of that hint. So they were discussing even this provision. Say, President Kufuor to be about. Yes. So at the point they wanted to appoint President Kufuor. So we hear Germany way, Dr. Bawumia becomes a president. They show President Kufuor and reappoint another vice president.
It would have been possible, right?
Because you didn't quote it to me.
Yeah.
So because Omoma Kanina be a problem. It's President Kufuor there. So bit the Kumasi Jom. Yes, Kufuor there. Health insurance. Kufuor there. Free maternal care. Cocoa mass spraying. Metro mass transit. Kufuor school feeding. Kufuor wine. Metro ban. Befakati bibian mato. Otu the quote 2 million. We are President Kufuor is old. Obetimi akasema resign. You bet me declared incapacitated. Then no, I resign. Then they appoint a vice president again.
But the other space has to do with the feel of demotion.
That 2016 campaign, maybe na emu shipao. Sa campaign ninti NDC for the pema semkura. Timidinha, bedidi matensa. Misumi fi Munim say January 31st election ayekoi. Munim say NDC form pesa moto abanamamio. Say munim sa. Pesa moto ma obi. Say le nana ko miaka no ono obi ko football match. Ono na ube choose strike amount. And I say goalkeeper. Ogago is up move peniso.
But why did you decide to take a job that belonged to a colleague of yours? Because that is recent.
Well, I think this is pettiness, and I don't have the energy to discuss pettiness. The business of government, governing a country, is serious business. And so our focus as campaign is how to get our candidate, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, elected by the delegates of the MPP. Not just elected, but massively elected. Therefore, our focus is how to prepare him to eventually become president of the Republic and govern our country for the benefit of our people. That is our focus, and I want to end it at that.
So you're not worried about the fact that he's accusing you of taking his job and that you were favored?
It is not worth being discussed. It's pettiness. And that should not distract us from our focus in getting our candidate elected. And as I said, you are electing somebody to become the flag bearer of your party and to eventually become president. We should not reduce it to such pettiness. And so I don't think it is worth being.
Bawumia was he in charge of the economy? The macro economy? Was he in charge? Or my Hinuchi said Bawumia was in charge. Only had a finance minister appointed a crew of about 14 people to manage the city. It's okay. Any pay be a mukasa asemi ende. No man a deep parliament for him to demand the resignation of the finance minister because of the economy. NDC for a party who where on a move motion of censure of parliament to remove the finance minister because of the economy. It is about me in charge of the economy. I don't know this Obama finance minister. I don't know any penny be a no money about me pray no. Only the MPs. See any finance minister for real time free hub because economy na say.
I approached my boss when we had this crisis, as I saw our foreign exchange reserves continually dwindling. I approached my boss and suggested a novel way as a solution to the shortage of foreign exchange. I proposed that we leverage on gold to produce directly in exchange for the essential goods we import. He gave me the go-ahead to pilot the one critical import, petroleum products, the shortage of which would have completely derailed our economy. And that is what resulted in gold for oil. I am happy to say that the two policies that have helped rescue the economy from catastrophe in the recent crisis were the Bank of Ghana's domestic gold purchase program, which I proposed, and the gold for oil program. The pilot, these two policies, the pilot has worked for a number of companies and has worked for the countries. Some companies which wanted to repatriate dividends and couldn't do so because of foreign exchange constraints have suddenly been able to do so because of the gold purchase program. We have thus found a solution in the midst of this crisis and bringing together the pilot of this gold for oil and gold purchase programs. We have thus, through this crisis, we have suddenly found a solution to the profit repatriation problem that many businesses had without destabilizing our local currency. This also brings major comfort to foreign investors operating in our countries. I believe from the success of the pilot scheme, we can confidently say that we have found a solution to the age-old foreign exchange problem that successive governments have struggled to contain and which invariably led to inflation and other macroeconomic challenges. My government will completely institutionalize what I will call the Gold for Forex program, even as we intensify efforts to transform the structure of the Ghanaian economy. Simply put, the domestic gold purchase program is a policy which allows the Bank of Ghana to boost our foreign exchange reserves by buying locally produced gold with cedis. Gold purchases from this program alone amounted to $5 billion in the last couple of years. With Ghana's unexplored gold reserves estimated at 5 billion ounces, with a market value of 10 trillion US dollars, my government will ramp up the gold purchase program to cover all major forex demands. We will cover all major forex demands with the gold purchase program. Put simply, if, for example, a company wants dollars, we will take their cedis and we will buy gold and we will give them their foreign currency. The gold purchase program will therefore provide the anchor that our local currency has always lacked. I approached my boss when we had this crisis, as I saw our foreign exchange reserves continually dwindling. I approached my boss and suggested a novel way as a solution to the shortage of foreign exchange. I proposed that we leverage on gold to produce directly in exchange for the essential goods we import. He gave me the go-ahead to pilot the one critical import, petroleum products, the shortage of which would have completely derailed our economy. And that is what resulted in gold for oil. I am happy to say that the two policies that have helped rescue the economy from catastrophe in the recent crisis were the Bank of Ghana's domestic gold purchase program, which I proposed, and the gold for oil program. The pilot, these two policies, the pilot has worked for a number of companies and has worked for the countries. Some companies which wanted to repatriate dividends and couldn't do so because of foreign exchange constraints have suddenly been able to do so because of the gold purchase program. We have thus found a solution in the midst of this crisis, and bringing together the pilot of this gold for oil and gold purchase programs. We have thus, through this crisis,
any grudge. Me, I can't do anything to him. I don't have the power to do anything to him. I leave him to God. If there is a day of judgment, which I believe there is, it will be an interesting day for us all to present our cases to the Almighty to judge us.
But was it true you had a president in your pocket?
I never said that. Please, I challenge you on this network. Within one day, the end of the day, produce evidence that I said the president was in my pocket. I never said that. I never said that anywhere. But that allegation has gained so much notoriety that it will be illogical for me to even stand up to contradict it. But you are a journalist. Prove it. Call Anas and ask him to give you the evidence before the end of today and publish it for every Ghanaian to see. It was the figment of somebody's imagination just to discredit me and let me look very bad in the eyes of the public. And they succeeded. They succeeded.
One, as former General Secretary, me too move. Yes, the order for me. When he has me 10 years more power in a Muse Bumidinda. 2020, President Akufo-Addo, on one a frame me phone. Frame me, send me Buano, Minya de Miyamano 1998. Minini Chingana, and I be pay her, and I'm ready. Obubonipa Namidi Gaon. But what is a make?
I want to ask you all this question. Do you think if NDC uses me as their flag bearer, Ashanti region will vote for NDC? I'm asking again. Do you think, with all my knowledge, I know Ghanaians trust me. That's why I feel I may be wrong. They know I have integrity. I've been doing politics for almost 30 years. Do you think if NDC uses me as their flag bearer, Ashanti region will vote for NDC? No, because Ashanti region generally likes MPP, not NDC. Let's analyze these things. Let's analyze these things. It's about a chance of winning. Maybe if it had been only my vote, maybe I wouldn't have voted for the one I'm supporting. But it's about MPP's chance of winning. It goes beyond my vote. The question is, if Stephen Amwa is actually on the ticket of NDC, contesting for the position of a president, I'm asking you again, will Ashanti region vote for me? No.
No, but I'll ask my audience. I'll bring you the answers.
No, they will not vote for me. Because Ashanti region generally, largely, they don't like NDC. The same way. Let's not deceive ourselves. And we are not saying that for one candidate or other candidate, you will never win. Between me and Kudus, if national team is looking for a striker, I'm a football player. I used to play Coast 4, 6, 8. I'm being honest with you. But in terms of season, they will call Kudus. So our message to the delegate is that our chance of winning, BRC Kennedy, is almost everywhere, unless you're a liar. If you're a liar, that's fine. If I'm lying, God will deal with me. Because I won't come and stand here and lie to Ghanaians. So our chance of winning with Kennedy, in terms of balance of probability, is the highest and the biggest. And power first. You could be the best pilot if you don't have any plane. Can you fly? So, boss, the basic and the most important factor is our chance of winning. And that is why they say that Oseye Kennedy, Oseye Kennedy, Mawe Ninji Sawye connected, Mawe Ninji Sawupe Kennedy, and one yek. Kennedy, by the grace of God, for the sake of this country and MPP, trust me, he's won this election. You can bet with me. God bless you.
Thank you. You're a good singer.
Yeah. Oh, my voice is not good.
That's over here. Also, I'm looking for 50 macho men for every constituency. I have the voice. We'll meet you boot for boot. We'll meet them boot for boot. 50 macho men. Omunya's resort. Omo say, Omo to abano finchima, Omba lusu, and to Omo the macho men. I'm going to play the voice for everybody to see and hear. Agemboni ewu omutim. Omu ni omu si Kennedy Japan and a pen tofa. Then pen tofa me fairness. Fairness. Yama kuya and yajuma. Over for 15 men. That day they will be sorry. I swear to God, that day they will be sorry in Ashanti region. Madam, what will you patch? A paper didn't have walking as a what did you be at him? What support to be a support to be? What is it to be? Choboy. They are party back. Obi can ask someone. And he attempted the idea of God, how we maintain.
Coming in my movie, and I said, well, and you people, never come. They can't go now to them. I can no way. And I can no way. And they are the Nukuya campaign. So I can no way, I have father so. Now, any problem of the father, so how much you want your crew? I am Kamofua, what you are buying this young people, one of them now. I want to be now. So, I have father for state. Now, Christopher 90%, what you are buying people and this one of them now. If you are got to about many courses, Obiani, a samples of boy, or 500 branches. So, when you are also one kaya, maybe a much of what one I catch them itself. I want
to ask you all this question. Do you think if NDC uses me as their flag bearer, Ashanti region will vote for NDC.
We ahata et Yehovah, Elohika bika luvika, uvika navashika, uvika miyodika, toda yashach, toda yashach.
Government is broke, government is broke. The people are spending billions to go inside the government that is broke. Have you ever seen a minister who resigned because government is broke before? Government has no money. Have you ever seen a governor who said, ladies and gentlemen, when I was elected, I thought the government had money. Now I discover government has no money, I resign. Have you ever seen it? Government has no money, but they are bringing money out at election time. Where is that money coming from? So they are lying. What is happening is that there are two types of wicked people in government. Type 1, they eat current money. Any money they find in government, they will eat it. They are wicked about that one. There is type 2. Type 2, they eat current money and future money. They will say, my term will end next year. When I leave, how will I eat money? Let me borrow money now and borrow money of the future and eat it now. Government is broke, government is broke. The people are spending billions to go inside the government that is broke. Have you ever seen a minister who resigned because government is broke before? Government has no money. Have you ever seen a governor who said, ladies and gentlemen, when I was elected, I thought the government had money. Now I discover government has no money, I resign. Have you ever seen it? Government has no money, but they are bringing money out at election time. Where is that money coming from? So they are lying. What is happening is that there are two types of wicked people in government. Type 1, they eat current money. Any money they find in government, they will eat it. They are wicked about that one. There is type 2. Type 2, they eat current money and future money. They will say, my term will end next year. When I leave, how will I eat money? Let me borrow money now and borrow money of the future and eat it now.
All right. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you very much for joining us on the show. This is Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. My name is Aldo Moro, and it's always a pleasure to come your way. It's a beautiful Friday morning. It's beautiful because we're still alive and kicking, and we're back again to join the nation's conversation on the big issues that's happening in our dear country, Ghana. We want to say a big thanks to you, the audience, and all of you who would wake up every morning and tune in to the show. We appreciate you We value you. I've always said, without you, we don't have a show, and we don't have a business. And so thank you so very much. We also want to say that today is Friday, and as I always do, I remind my Muslim, friends and colleagues who, who'd want to go for Friday prayers, that please, let's meet there at 12:30. Let's get there on time and listen to what we Muslims call the khutbah, which is the preachings before ahead of the prayers. And so I want to say Jum Mubarak to all of you, to our Muslim audience who are watching us this very minute. Today is a Friday. As you do know, Constitution Day was on Tuesday, but the president, of course, given the powers under the 1992 Constitution, has actually shifted the holiday to today, Friday, and that's why today is a holiday. And it's something that I recall in the past, a lot of people had called upon former presidents or the president in the past to do, but it didn't materialize, but it happened now, which is that if the holiday falls on, say, on a Tuesday, shift it to Friday. If it falls on a Monday, we can observe it, and then Tuesday to Friday, we'll go back to work, and then things are back to normal. It's got business as usual, but it's not happened, but it's happened now for the first time. So, well, we can commend the government and the president for this, because we thought that it was a commonsensical thing to do. I mean, how do you give a holiday on Wednesday? Workers go on break and they come back on Thursday and Friday. There's a bit of a lethargy and a certain unwillingness to do the work as productively as they would wish that they can. And so this is brilliant. This is fantastic. Tuesday, Constitution Day, we've shifted it to Friday, which is today. And so today is a holiday. Most of the newspapers, in fact, almost all the newspapers are on break too. They are chopping holiday. Yes, they are observing the holiday, and so the papers are not out. But as you do know, news is also gone digital, and so we'll bring you what the online portals are reporting this morning. And I'll start with Major Online. Major Online this morning is reporting that Ofori-Atta applied for U.S. stay extension on a medical grounds. That's what Major Online is reporting this morning. There's also Parkinson's is not a weakness. Edinaso Foundation condemns stigma after Franklin Cudjoe disclosure. There will be no hiding place for criminals who injure or kill police officers, Mahama warns. No room for waste. Mahama warns security services over misuse of state assets. My father's statue should remain as to live by his ideals. Zaneto Ajima Rawlins, an MPP PC's endorsement, an attempt to whitewash Bamia's election record, Kennedy Ejipon camp. That's with Major Online. Now, the City Newsroom is reporting. It says, take hard economic decisions without fear. Kweku Kwarteng tells Mahama. Not all that glitters is gold, Senyor Husi writes. And there's also Forestry Commission condemns killing of officer in Kalakpa Reserve. Bahama Hills, Ghana publishing early adoption of 24-hour operations. And there's Professor Nana Abba Amfo named the ACU Council Chair. There's water crisis hits Nungwate Shishood. Ghana Water Limited face more scrutiny over rationing. That's on that's with the City Newsroom. Now, Ghana Web says Ofori-Atta's visa will expire on February 14. He applied for extension on medical grounds. Lawyer speaks. There's a 1 year of President John Dramani Mahama from hope to delivery. Government pledges support for Goma Central Special Economic Zone. There's a Miswell insists Fire Oja was arrested, says they will go to court. There's a Michelle Mbolandinga, mid-DR Congo fan known for standing like a statue throughout games. Unbelievable. I'm going to raise our economy to a level that no succeeding government can, and that's with President John Dramani Mahama. And the last, but obviously the best, yours truly, our online portal, my favorite portal, online portal, your favorite online portal, metrotvonline.com. Police arrest two more suspects. Police arrest two more suspects in Don Soup in Adabraka gold robbery. There's Razak Opoku writes, KGL has come to stay, fourth estate chasing non-existing glory. Indum calls for ban on signboards in public spaces. Accra High Court frees 31-year-old mechanic after flawed police identification. We are not favorites. Salah urges Egypt to stay grounded. GTEC suspends ICAG's recognition following accreditation concerns. I don't believe in tithing, Apostle Ray. The SNUCS rejects Scholarship Authority Board over lack of student representation. NPP flag bearer raise, I am against Kelly Japan winning, Apostle Ray Michael. And as Ghana-US bilateral trade relations talks deepening, and there's a PAWU holds a national delegates conference in Kumasi. All right, so these are some of the publications on the various online portals that we've just brought to you. Stay with us. This is Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. Please don't go anywhere.
Sometimes the unexpected happens and the hero falls down in his own story. But he needs not stay down for long. Cosmopolitan Health Insurance is your trusted health partner. Whether an individual building a business, with Cosmopolitan Health Insurance, your medical care is our concern. For the best health insurance solutions for corporate institutions, groups and associations, families and individuals, choose Cosmopolitan Health Insurance from our over 700 accredited health service providers nationwide. Call us on 0302 540 668 or 0501 678 547 for all your health insurance solutions. Cosmopolitan Health Insurance, your medical care is our concern.
I'm a branch manager. Of course, I accept only quality and affordable printed souvenirs for my promotional campaigns.
I'm the head of academic affairs of a very important institution in Ghana. Of course, we only deal with quality, reliable printing companies for our institution's printing materials. I'm talking about appointed time printing.
Appointed Time Printings. We take pride in our extensive print scope that transform your ideas into captivating visual masterpieces. We delve into the core objectives and vision of each print project. Precision printing is at the heart of our printing process as we meet your tight deadlines. Our rigorous inspection, color verification, and overall printing excellence are assured. 20 years of printing excellence. It's always a pleasure working with you to create a vibrant, dazzling printing experience that gives you a masterpiece. Appointed Time Printing, your world of quality and affordable printing.
Brush, 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 brush your teeth. Brush, 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 2 times a day. Brush with Kel-Kit.
Hello, my friends. My name is Kel-Kit's toothpaste.
Wow.
I was made to be gentle on your gum, but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes your teeth stronger, chicky chicky whiter, chicky chicky stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Kel-Kit. Happy smile.
Good morning, Mr. Ding.
Good morning, Ejako. And why do you keep staring at my rubbish container?
I'm surprised you're still using a bin without a cover. You know it can cause a mess.
My bin is just fine. Look, there is no leakage, still solid and robust. If you will excuse me, I have work to do. Yo.
Dustbins are a great way of keeping trash off the street and homes. However, the use of bins without fitting covers pose a challenge with stench from rotten items, flies, and scavengers. Keep the environment clean and healthy. Get dustbins with fitting covers.
On this journey together, but God had other plans for them. May they gain peaceful repose in the bosom of the Lord. I thank you. Kindly resume your seats. An occupational hazard for us who work here in Flagstaff House. The jets taking off make a bit of noise. Today we gather not as members of different faiths or political traditions, but as one people united in gratitude, humility, and reflection. Today we gather to give thanks. We give thanks for life, we give thanks for peace, and we give thanks for the opportunity to serve. 1 year ago, the people of Ghana entrusted this administration with a sacred responsibility to lead our nation through a difficult period, to restore hope, to stabilize our economy, and to reset the direction of our national development. Today is not a celebration of power. It is a moment of thanksgiving for the opportunity to serve the people of Ghana. Today is not a declaration of triumph, it is a reaffirmation of purpose. My fellow citizens, leadership is a privilege, but it's also a load we are asked to carry. And over the past year, we have come face to face with the weight of that load. Economic hardship, social anxiety, global uncertainties, and of course, the legitimate expectation of our people. And yet, through it all, God has stood by us. Our democracy has remained strong, our institutions have held their own, and our people have shown resilience, patience, and faith in the future of our beloved nation. And so for all this, we are grateful. First and foremost, to the Almighty God. We're grateful for His protection, for His peace, and the safety He has granted us. We're grateful to the men and women who wake up every day to keep this country moving, to our farmers, our traders, our workers, our teachers, our health professionals, our security personnel, our artisans, entrepreneurs, and our public servants. We're grateful to our traditional leaders and the clergy, our religious leaders, who continue to offer counsel, guidance, and moral leadership. We're grateful to our international partners, the diplomatic corps, for the work you do every day to promote bilateral friendship and international cooperation. We're grateful to Parliament and the judiciary for their constitutional roles in strengthening governance and accountability in our country. And above all, we're grateful to the people of Ghana for your trust, your constructive criticism when necessary, your encouragement, and your enduring belief that our nation, Ghana, can and must do better. I reserve my special thanks for my Vice President, Jane Nana Opoku-Agyeman, a woman of dignity and quiet strength, the first woman to rise to this position of responsibility. I could not have wished for a better assistant to help me bear the heavy load Ghanaians have entrusted to me. Nana Jane, God richly bless you. I reserve my thanks for my wife, Lordina Mahama. I will give those thanks when we get back to the house. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, this Thanksgiving service is intentionally non-denominational because gratitude transcends religious doctrine. It speaks to the shared values that unite us as a people: faith in our future, respect for human dignity, and a responsibility to one another to be one another's keeper. Whatever name we give to our divine belief and faith, we recognize that no government succeeds through human effort alone. Wisdom cannot be manufactured. Strength is not infinite. Guidance is not automatic. We therefore pause today to acknowledge that humility before a higher purpose is essential to responsible leadership. My brothers and sisters, as we look back on the past year, we do so honestly. We have taken difficult decisions. We have undertaken difficult reforms. We've laid the foundations that may not yet be visible, but are sustainable for the sustainable progress of our country. We have prioritized economic stabilization, institutional reform, social protection, and the restoration of confidence, both within our country and in the international community. The work we have begun is far from finished, but today reminds us that progress is not measured only by numbers and by charts and diagrams. It is also measured by hope that is restored, by trust that is rebuilt, and correct direction that is regained. Thanksgiving must also be accompanied by recommitment. And so today, we recommit to ethical leadership, we recommit ourselves to service above self, we recommit ourselves to governance anchored in integrity, competence, and compassion. We recommit ourselves to listening, especially to the voices of our vulnerable, our youth, and those who feel excluded. And we recommit ourselves to the unity of our nation, knowing that Ghana's strength has always come from our ability to rise above division and work together for the common good. My fellow countrymen and women, the year ahead will demand even more from us. It will test our resolve, our patience, and our discipline. But it will also offer us opportunities to deepen the reforms we have started, opportunities to accelerate our growth, and ensure that development and progress touches every part of our country. And so let us move forward with humility, let us lead with empathy, and let us govern with courage. And let us never forget that leadership is stewardship. It is temporary and fleeting. Authority is a fleeting trust held on behalf of the people. On behalf of the Vice President and myself, and on behalf of this administration, I wish to say thank you to the people of Ghana. I want to thank you for 1 year of trust. I want to thank you for 1 year of partnership. We wish to thank you for 1 year of shared sacrifice and patience. May the year ahead bring renewed strength to our nation, wisdom to our leaders, and peace to our communities, and hope to every Ghanaian home. May God bless us all and bless our homeland Ghana and make our nation great and strong. I thank you.
You're watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. My name is Audu Moro, and thanks for staying with us. Let me just say that my guests are seated. The conversation will start in earnest, and we would source the background to our conversation from the online portals, because the newspapers are on break, and so we don't have the newspapers today. So let me just do this. Dr. Henry Kwabena Kokofu is a lawyer and a man who is wearing many hats. But simplicity, he's a member of the MPP's communications team, but he's also aspiring to become the general secretary of his party. That's the New Patriotic Party. He's here with us this morning. Good morning, sir. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning, Moro.
And it's always a pleasure to have you join us.
Yeah, my good self.
Yeah.
Good morning, colleague.
Yes, good morning, Council.
And let me say Happy New Year.
Yes, this is the first time coming,
Yes.
2026.
2026.
And, I think it's important I say hello to your cherished viewers and then to wish them Happy New Year.
Right.
You've been promised that good days are ahead of us by the Almighty God, that whatever the cases, He shall see us through.
Okay.
So I am of the opinion that it's about time reflecting over the past. We must also be thankful to God Almighty to have brought this country this far, particularly our fledgling democracy. So I take the singular honor to greet our leaders, political leaders, of course the president and the vice president. Then we have two former presidents living, J. Kufuor, His Excellency, and Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, His Excellency, and a former vice president, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Interestingly, the president falls within both.
Yeah.
He's also a former president.
Former and current.
And former vice president.
Yes.
So you see this. You know. And then the leadership of parliament, that's the legislature, and the judiciary, the Chief Justice and his team. Then we also have our traditional rulers, authorities. And me coming from Osei-Krom, definitely you know I'll mention Otumfuo Osei-Tutu II, the king of the Ashanti Kingdom, and all our revered chiefs and kings, or whatever you have, queen mothers that we have. And then the clergy, both the religious sects that we do have. You, the journalists, have been a friend all those periods. You've helped to shape my thinking and my public discourse. So I'm always grateful to the media operators, including your good self.
It's our pleasure.
Yes, who else? A lot of professions I fall within. The legal, the environmental, then you have the natural resource.
In fact, it's one of the things that I would want. I will actually. It's almost as if you read my mind, but I've been wanting to ask about the other side of you that some people don't know. I will get there. We'll get there. It's important.
Okay.
Because when we're talking to and you're commenting on certain issues, people must be able to understand where you're coming from.
Okay.
Which is that you're just not talking because you've gone to read some things, but you're talking because you probably have some expertise in that area,
Right.
So it's important. But let me welcome your colleague on the other side,
okay.
Wanda Madilo.
Yes,
He's a youth activist, a development analyst, and also a member of the NDC's communications team. But he's also an entrepreneur. He's a businessman. Wanda, good to see you. Happy New Year.
Yeah, I'm very, very excited this morning.
Yeah.
It can't be any better.
Yeah.
You still haven't come for your swimming
My
lessons.
swimming lessons. Hey, the swimming lessons.
It's taking some time.
I have to.
You need it.
It's about time.
You need it.
It's about time.
You need it.
You too swim?
I do.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
How
Once I
regularly?
do. At least in a month, like 3, 4.
Really?
Yeah, it's fine. If I have my way, I'll do it weekly. But
Okay.
sometimes.
You love swimming?
Yeah, I love to. I come from the beach environment. In fact, I'm a fisherman, so I know how to swim.
Educated fisherman.
You see,
I know how to swim.
Swimming is part of their DNA.
Yeah, in fact, in the village, you know where the tidal waves
Right.
is.
Yeah.
I come from Amutino,
Right.
and we're just sandwiched between the lagoon and then the sea.
Okay.
So we don't have neighbors on this side and on that side. And so I'm a fisherman. I know how to do fishing.
Okay.
I do sea fishing.
Okay.
I can paddle the canoe. I can use the outboard motor. I can, all of it. So.
Okay.
So swimming.
I like people who like to tout their village humble beginnings. And Wanda is one of those people. He always likes to talk about life, once upon a time, which is good. It means that what it tells me is that you're always mindful of where you're coming from.
Yeah, no, we can't suddenly forget, where we came from. Yeah. But I went to school all the way to GHS in my village before coming to Precinct Legon. And so that is not out of me.
Yeah.
No matter how refined we've come, the only thing is to be grateful to God for how far He's brought us. We never thought, I never knew. I had seniors and family relations who virtually could not do what we are doing. And so it's a privilege, it's an honor, and we can't only but to be humble for how far God has brought us.
Okay.
But I want to specifically congratulate my senior council. I think this stride they are taking is good. Some few years ago, 2018, I was contesting for National Youth Organizer of the NDC. That's history.
Yeah.
A lot of things happened around that time. And I know it's a very difficult job to contest at the national level. Your resources, your time, it will sap your energy, it will sap even your relationships. You may have to sacrifice for some of these things. And so it's not going to be easy.
Yeah.
Funding will also be a very key issue on that journey. I can only wish you well. If I have money, I would support you to do that. Because you see, what I've observed over the period is that the NPP does need some new faces. It no longer makes the politics interesting for us, even in power, when you have people talking for the MPP who don't represent the real virtues. Then everybody goes like, oh, the NDC and MPP, they are the same. It didn't used to be like that in the past. You've had very renowned, responsible, integrity-wise leaders in the past of the MPP that we all revered. Yeah, we may share divergent opinion on how to rule this country, but at every given point in time, the brighter the chances of leaders on the other side, the better for this country.
Yeah.
And you know that one day when they take the reins of power, we won't see what we saw in the last, regime of the President Akufo-Addo's governance. And so I want to wish him well, particularly when I heard that he was contesting. I said, this is a journey that you don't want to use. I've grown grey now. It's part of the journey.
Yes.
He already has his grey many years now.
He had
only become whiter. So, Council, all the best.
Thank you. I'm grateful.
But Doc, speaking of which, I think it's important for me to ask, as we always say it, I don't know what I can say, as we say it in Pidgin, how be grounds now? How be grounds?
Well, you mean...
your General Secretary aspiration.
Because we have a bigger picture ahead of us, the presidential primaries, we've decided or made it a point to stay underground up to this point. So we do not unnecessarily interfere with, any of the 5 contestants' activities. Having said that, it is not bad, nothing is happening. We are firmly on the ground. I took opportunity to do diaspora working visits, and I was in the United States of America for 3 weeks, visiting almost 8 states, interacting with the people one-on-one, party faithfuls, party members, knowing their thinking, and then also reassuring ourselves of the fact that we can still regroup, rebrand, and rebuild the party around competency, around discipline, around renewed, focused agenda to see the NPP of past and then even go beyond that. I also got to the UK, same period for 3 weeks, did rounds up and down with the party leadership there, and the mainland Europe to Albania. What is left is in Canada and some part of the US. I would have finished with the diaspora runnings. Back home, my team are firmly on the ground. We are in all the regions, all the constituencies. And don't forget that I've been there before. I've been a polling station chairman in the Bantama. I've been an electoral area coordinator before becoming the chairman for Bantama for 2 terms. J. Kufuor's administration put me at KMA, Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly, as a government appointee, and I served as a Finance and Administration Committee chairman. So I've been an assemblyman as well. And then at the regional level, I served as the Finance Committee chairman for Ashanti Region. I served as the Ashanti Regional Reconciliation Committee secretary, and then Ashanti Regional Elections Committee secretary at the regional level. And I've been a communicator for the party all these years. And so I cut across the various levels. So if you are a chairman of the constituency, and today, one of your own, a former constituency chairman, a former polling station chairman, a former assembly member, a former electoral area coordinator, a former MP, a former CEO, comes and say, please give me the mandate, give me the authority to lead the party as the next general secretary, the coordinator, and then the leader of the national secretariat that anchors the very administration of the party throughout all the structures. It means you have somebody who knows it all, somebody who has gotten to know the fabric of the party administration, what needs to be done in order to kill the apathy down there, bring people back to life. Reinstate the confidence that the people used to have with us. And so that resonates well. We are not being too loud. We are not being too aggressive, but the usual thing, touching the hearts and the minds of the party faithfuls and party followers, and then also reassuring them that a new thinking, a new leadership strategy, seeing the lives of Danbuche's days, bringing on board everybody everywhere. Also instilling discipline. I used to use the word discipline most of the time because to have discipline back in the party, leadership must exhibit and show clear discipline. And that one, you cannot take it away from us. So Team Kokofu is doing very well. The diaspora anchoring the internal structures to make things happen. But we don't want to overshadow the
upcoming presidential primaries.
Yes, it's key. And so we're watching and praying hard as my colleague contestants, the 5 of them, doing the last rounds. These are the last laps of their campaigning. And I've always wished all of them well. hoping that one will emerge eventually. And when that happens, we call for unity, we call for togetherness, the cohesiveness of the party, so we can all rally behind the eventual winner, who will not be the winner per se, but leading the flag, with all of us enjoying the win and the victory of the party going through this process. I must admit that it hasn't been that easy. The processes has generated some kind of heat and tension within the party, and people will call you and expressing fear and some kind of disappointment, some kind of worry. But we've always had good words for them that don't worry, that is it. When it comes to positioning vying, chieftaincy, even in the churches, GPRT, I love their elections very well. They can beat you up and then before you become the chief driver during their elections. And recently I heard of the Ghana Journalists Association. Yes, there will always be that kind of infractions here and there. But the management of the divisive, thinking and campaigning messages is key. And that is how and why I always call on party leadership to stand firm and be ready to correct things when they are getting out of hand.
Let me. I've got two quick questions for you. In fact, your coming here was not necessarily meant to talk about your aspirations and so on. I mean, you are here to talk about the issues that are making rounds. But of course, once you're here and you have an aspiration and you have a goal, it is only fair that we give you the platform and opportunity to talk about why you want to do what you want to do and why you're the best person. I've made a certain observation that oftentimes when you are introduced on platforms, they talk more about your, especially when it comes to your public service, they talk more about your romance, and I'm using this word advisedly, figuratively, your romance with the EPA, where you were the executive director, Environmental Protection Agency. Is that all there is to you when it comes to public service?
Certainly no.
Okay.
But let me make a little bit correction. Okay. It's now Environmental Protection Authority.
Yeah. Sorry. Authority, yes. Sorry. Thank you very much for that.
Thanks to the new Act.
Yes.
EP Act.
Yes. Of which you championed, isn't it?
Yes. Act 124 of 2025.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Some people have said Kokofu is EPA and EPA is Kokofu. Yes. Well, thanks to God Almighty and to the President then, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, who saw wisdom in putting me there. I've always been very grateful to my party, New Patriotic Party, and particularly to the President, because it's one thing getting an appointment and one thing being put at where you can excel or you can perform. I have many arms of things, but good. I also served on the Petroleum Commission board.
You served on the Petroleum Commission?
Board, yes.
Petroleum Commission board.
Yeah.
Which year is this?
2021 to 2024.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's Nana Addo's first, second term?
Yeah, second term.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, EPA was the second term.
Oh, so whilst you were at EPA, you were also serving on the Petroleum Commission board?
It is by law.
Oh.
Yeah, by law.
Okay.
EPA has representation on certain institutions, boards of certain institutions, and it is prescribed that the chief executive must necessarily be there.
Okay, by virtue of the operations?
Yeah, by virtue of law.
By virtue of law, of course, which is grounded on what they do.
Exactly.
I get it.
So, Forestry Commission, that was not by virtue, but then in the first term, I was appointed.
Which is from 2017 to?
2017 to 2020.
Okay. You were at the Forestry Commission?
Yes.
As a what?
A board member.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and then I was appointed Deputy CEO for GISDEC.
Oh.
Yeah, Ghana Iron and Steel Development. Ghana Integrated Iron and Steel Development Corporation.
Right.
It was a young baby, I mean a newborn, so we had to shepherd it.
Right.
And then I served on the
And your board chair at the time was Farouk?
Farouk, yeah.
Farouk Ali Mama.
Yes.
Okay.
He was.
Okay.
In fact, it was Andani.
Al-Hassan Dani, who was in the board chair.
Yeah, but he passed, and then Farouk took over.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, not Al-Hassan Dani of Stanbic. Please don't get twisted. This is a different Andani.
Then also on Ghana Maritime Authority.
Okay.
Then on Public-Private Partnership Committee at the Ministry of Finance.
Really?
Yes, I was a member. And
PPA?
Sorry, not PPA.
PPP, sorry. PPP, sorry.
And,
PPP.
and I can tell you, it's one of the most important tools for us to move forward in terms of infrastructure development, leveraging on private capital and private technology. And it's so key. It's anchored by the PPP Act, Act 1039 of 2020. And I've been telling people in authority, this is where we must be looking at, where we can bring the real deal within the private sector, both internal and external. I also served on this board, NPDC, National
Development Planning Commission. Dr. Nimue Thompson's place.
NDPC.
NDPC, yes.
For about 6 months or so.
Okay.
The late Dr. Brampa.
Yeah.
May God keep his soul. Yes. And then I served on...
You're losing count.
Internationally, I was appointed the Presidential Special Envoy for Climate Vulnerable Forum, the CVF. Climate Vulnerable Forum.
Vulnerable Forum?
Yeah.
Okay.
It comprises of 68 countries across the world, the Pacific, Asia, Africa, the Caribbean, and all that.
Okay.
And these are countries that are hard hit by the climate menace. And so we come together to be able to solve our problems. And it's affiliated to the UNFCCC, that is the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change.
Yeah.
And Ghana, we earned the opportunity to chair that organization when we went to Glasgow for COP21 in Glasgow, Scotland. And so our president then, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, was the chairman, and I was appointed the Presidential Special Envoy to coordinate the activities. And one special thing happened. At the point, we decided that it should be a full-fledged organization on its own, with secretariat and everything. So we worked through it, through what we call V20. That was the Finance Ministers Committee of that group. And when we agreed, there was the need to have headquarters, and there was the need to also have Secretary General. So most of the eyes were on me to go in for the Secretary General.
That's yourself in your shot.
Wow.
That's the U.S. Climate Change Conference. This was in 2021.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Is that the one?
But you look very presidential, eh?
Presidential?
Yeah.
I gave a speech on behalf of Nana Akufo-Addo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Our research team just quickly did some Googling, I'm sure,
Thank
and
you very
they
much,
came up
guys.
with this.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
This was a very important.
You won't. I mean, you look presidential, pal. I don't know whether you have any such ambitions, but anyway.
Well, thank you. So then we took on that. The CVF, we came to a point we needed to establish a headquarters.
Okay.
And then also to have Secretary General.
Right.
So most of the eyes were on me to go in for the Secretary General. But the caveat was, if you should get a Secretary General, the headquarters would then have to go to another country.
Okay.
If you get the headquarters, then you don't take the Secretary Generalship.
Okay.
So I opted for the headquarters.
All right.
So today, as we speak, the headquarters is here in Ghana. Accra.
Okay.
And so the former president for Maldives, who is also a founding father, in fact, he is key. He was selected as the Secretary General, and he's resident in Ghana here. The office is here in Ghana, CVF, and it's very important that we should be knowing some of these things. So the international exposure has already been established based on my appointment at EPA by the then president, and all these, thanks to the staff that I met, For me, the most resilient, the most committed public institution staff you can get. You go to EPA, you find them there. Well, highly committed, work so hard, under strenuous, limited resources and conditions that going forward, I think it should be done. And fortunately, too, they've been able to extend the same kind of support and hard work to the current leadership that Professor Nana Ama-Brown heads. So I've served my country and nation on many fora. And the experience has been built up, but I've also been taught some good lessons. Some good lessons have been learned. And humility in office is key. Being responsible, transparent, and accountable to your stewardship has always been there. I've also learned to be my own man when it comes to decision taking. Of course, you take advices, you look here and there, but you must own your actions and inactions. And so, putting at the back of your mind that there will be a day of reckoning. What are you there to tell the story? And after you've left, what will be said at your back?
Right.
So these are some of the things that have helped to shape, build, not my character per se, but my public thinking and the penchant to lead at all levels.
Right.
Today, if you should establish a church or mosque, I want to lead.
Okay.
Yeah, simply because the service to the people, service to mankind is well imbibed in me.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. You know, when you mentioned NDPC and you mentioned some of the people who have occupied that position, you know the person who came to mind quickly, Mr. P.V. Obeng.
Oh, yes. Great guy.
And also your very good friend, Abrampa.
Yes.
But he's also passed.
Yeah,
he's also passed. May their souls rest in peace.
Professor Ade, once upon a time.
Yes, was also there as NDPC boss, you know. But he went there to complain. He went there. He went there, complained. He went to Ghana Revenue Authority to complain there. He said, "They are thieves. They are thieves."
you know what?
Understand, Ghanaians, we are thieves. Well, let's take a short break. You're watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. Please don't go anywhere.
Start your Kids Day the right way, filled with confidence to take on any challenge. Pepsodent Kids contains the right amount of fluoride and sugar acid protection to care for their developing gums and teeth. Grab either orange or strawberry so they brush with the sweet flavor they love morning and evening. Pepsodent Kids, giving your children a bright smile for a brighter future.
Are you a headmaster, headmistress, parent, teacher, or an educator looking for high-quality textbooks for preschool, primary, and junior high school students? Look no further than Advocate Publishing Company. Advocate Publishing Company is a leading publisher of educational materials in Ghana that publishes very engaging, interactive, and comprehensive textbooks that meet the needs of students, teachers, and parents. Our textbooks are thoroughly published to make learning fun and easy. They are also designed to stimulate critical thinking, problem solving, and creativity in students. Make Advocate Publishing your preferred choice for all your educational needs. Explore our range of textbooks and educational resources. Visit us at the old GNTC yard near Kingsway, Accra. You can contact us on 0503 786 776 or 02408 06354, also 0531 600 360, and connect with us on Instagram, X, and Facebook at Advo Publishing. Don't settle for less. Choose the best. Advocate Publishing Company, empowering young minds one textbook at a time. Thinking Publishing, think Advocate Publishing.
Watch it, na learning. Missy, watch and learn. Makwaya mabesisia. Abozing. Akache say no ya konati and the more drink woman. Hey. But I didn't mean. Oh, sorry. She knew her old days. Eji. Dabio, baby wom. Ready. Hey, baby wom. Ah, Eji. I'll cause some discomfort. Sorry, well, uncle, where would the dad? Why your funeral?
Say a Pesori insecticide GB at a user. Co pharmacy in a shop biamu. Namum say a pharmacy supermarket and a shop ra. Na repedudu to a cotonwa. On for Royal Dutch and our Aerofield Trading. Effie spray with Daimwa. Change
Grandma for me chechi winning nara. Me ding edge baby dapa. Me dia strong crane bremo. Now the 20 animal would be an egg Japan me de bremo. And no any summer spices. Summer spices in here. And wow no bebreo. Various flavors. Ubenya a yakko. Ubenya nemchi. You do good jollof muma emu yede. Ubenya ye do kun. You do for yemu. Ho nako pebito. Na emma we piane. Enye de. Unyiminia. Yonkon put in out for eka.
Autant de communication, we all enjoy Oduba. That's some spices. One in the essence, hi. I think it's Dariaga. Some spices in a Sabi, Daddy so say. Some spices, Munsam.
Some spices, Yama chicken.
Some spices.
In Sanaka in Kitswa, measure 10 grams. Your chicken, spaghetti, garlic and ginger, stew, can jollof, and the flavors of Odobebre.
Some spices, yes, Saka.
In a world where security is paramount, peace of mind should be a necessity and not a luxury. This is why Virtual Security Africa has created a special discount package up to 30% on our 4 and 8 channel high definition cameras. We are more affordable now than ever. With as low as 4,130 Ghana cedis, you can get 4 high definition cameras, 3 terabyte hard drive, cables, and a digital video recorder. With 6,440 Ghana cedis, you will get 8 high-definition cameras, 3 terabyte hard drive, cables, and a digital video recorder. Why choose us? Because we offer top-tier quality you can trust, lifetime after-sale support, 2 years warranty, and you can view our systems remotely. Sidinoa Peke. Spend less, secure more. Call us on 055 874-0764 and 050-331-4068. Virtual Security Africa. We will beat the advertised price of any security product of comparable quality.
Never dispose of ashes or fire into dustbins at the market or homes. You could start a fire outbreak, endangering both lives and properties. Use the dustbins for your waste and garbage only.
You're still watching Good Morning Ghana on the Metro Television. Thanks for staying with us. My guests are still seated here. We have the next 1.5 hours to talk about the substantive issues. Now, we've spent close to about 35 minutes talking to Dr. Henry Kwabena Kwakofu about his aspirations. He wants to become the General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party. Now to the main substantive issue. Now, well, you know, Wanda Madilo actually endorsed you. He has endorsed you.
Pardon?
Wanda.
Wanda?
Yes, he hasn't given you. He's giving endorsement.
We
just, oh, you only wished him well?
I don't have a vote in the MPP.
Okay. I thought you had endorsed him.
Pray with you.
Okay.
And then give you guidance if you so need it.
But he says he'll come to you for sponsorship.
Oh, no, it's not a problem if he comes for sponsorship. Why not?
You support?
Yeah,
the widow's mite.
Sure, why not?
Maybe 1 or 2 t-shirts.
I like to have healthy leadership.
Right.
So
right.
I don't mind if the MPP have.
But anyway, but look, some people, I've heard some people say that youth want to be in charge of their party. So you, the older folks, go and find somewhere and sit.
The youth.
Need a fair balance.
They said they want to be in charge of their party.
Well, I don't want to go in details, but we have the youth already there.
Okay, let's end it here. Let's end it here. So gentlemen, January 7th, 2 things happened. It was both Constitution Day, and that's why today is a holiday. But also January 7th marked 1 year exactly when President John Dramani Mahama was sworn in, or was inaugurated, or was inducted into office as the president of this country. And we all know what the outcome of that elections was. It was an overwhelming victory in that 2024 general elections, and some have said the victory was not just merely a political event and that it was an emotional and symbolic one. In fact, I've heard some people say that it was therapeutic, you know, and that the change had to happen because there were some things that were not happening, you know, rightly or well with the erstwhile administration, and so Ghanaians just wanted that change. Well, they've got that change, and it's been 1 year since the change happened. And quite clearly, I think the verdict out there is that the government has started very well. It's not perfect, but it's been very good so far. In fact, there have been polls, Musa Danquest polls, would actually suggest that about 65 to 70% or so of Ghanaians have said that the president is on track, is on course. So arguably, people say that it reflected a collective decision by Ghanaians to reclaim hope, economic stability, and purposeful leadership at a time when the nation was experiencing fatigue and uncertainty. So Tuesday, the president gave a speech at a Thanksgiving ceremony, which is to thank God for bringing us this far 1 year down the line. We want to say a big prayer to the Almighty God and the Almighty Allah for His mercies. Can we spend the next 30 minutes reflecting on the 1 year administration of John Dramani Mahama, whether he's on course as majority of Ghanaians, whether you agree that, whether Henry Kokofu agrees that, as most Ghanaians have said, that the present government is on course, etc. Let me start with you, Wanda Madilo. I mean, if there's a critic who thinks that, who is unsure or thinks that things haven't been going well since John Dramani Mahama became president, what would you tell that person?
No, first and foremost, let me use this opportunity to greet the managers of our economy, especially the president himself, the vice president, and all ministers of state and appointees for bringing us this far, be it God's guidance. I don't think there is any Ghanaian, both in the MPP or in the NDC, that can dispute the resounding, call it, victory that we've chalked over the last 1 year as a country. And I'm not talking NDC, I'm talking Ghana as a country, the pedestal on which we have stood, for some time now. And if you look at sector by sector, you look at leadership according to governance, you look at the peace and security we are beginning to enjoy, you look at economic indicators, you look at human development, you look at education, health, roads, and all that, you will see that there's been a conscious effort by the president and his men to touch all facets of our life. Just yesterday on a project site we were working, one of the engineers came to me and said, Mr. Madilu, I'm not a politician, but I want to congratulate you. And I said, what? He said, no, he's getting calls all over the place that, the country is becoming like a construction zone, as the way the president had intimated it earlier. And that we are doing very well, we should keep it up. And I was very proud to hear that from him, because this is a man who won't do politics for any reason, but took time to appreciate what was happening. And so we're very excited to have come this far. Let it also be on record that on the side of the economy, we know what kind of economy we have inherited from the NPP at the time when we took over. About $1.7 billion was owed to IPPs alone. What is IPP? Independent Power Producers across the country. I'm talking about the Sonon Assembly, the Car Power, the Ameri, and all the others that came on board, at the time. And so government was in debt, heavily. You are also looking at a debt situation of about 68 billion for ECG alone, and all the infractions of procurement breaches and loans that they have, not loans, but contracts that they've given out beyond what the threshold was. And we were crippling with debt, as it were. Is the reason today people will call for private participation within the space of revenue collection, or what you call, what do they call it? When you pay your electricity bill or whatever. And so those are the remedies within which people will call for some of those. You remember that in the first budget we had to take very stringent steps to recover some of those. That's how come the 1 Ghana cedis later was introduced, just to be able to offset some of these debts. Because electricity has become the brain behind every economy's growth. Even today, people are talking about electric cars. It relies heavily on this same ECG. And so whatever you do, at the end of the day, you will need power to power your industries and people's livelihoods and all that. We now even know that development-wise, the quality of energy you have also has an impact on your life expectancy and your health dynamics and your education and all that. And so we realized that that was a very major matter to be dealt with. It's also one of the reasons why the IMF was very much on our case. When the introduction of PDS and all the others that we don't want to remember, that's the past, very horrible to Ghanaians. All these debt cuts, debt restructuring, haircut, you call them, pensioners' money being touched and all that was all because Ghana did not have the comfort or the reserve, required to sustain our economic activity as a country. And so there have been very difficult, very much serious difficulty. You also recall that even our own revered Bank of Ghana went into debt. I mean, in serious, when I say debt, I mean, they had liquidity issues based on, I don't even know the best word to use, but they had challenges with their debt structure because they went into negative. And so that was also a worrying situation for all of us as a country. By the time we were taking over, some 53 billion was in negative. And that also, the Bank of Ghana has to ask the government to try and...
I'm sure if you want to walk us through this, we may take the whole day, because it's an endless list of what you inherited.
Yeah, so the difficulty is that we have been able to turn the corner, as you would say.
Okay.
Government has instituted some stringent measures going forward so that we can have some relief.
Right.
As we speak, the CD has appreciated by some 32%. This has not happened before in the last 3 decades.
40% actually. 40% appreciation.
Okay, 40%. Yes. I saw 32 point something,
right.
On average. And so we are making some good strides.
Okay.
You remember inflation was somewhere in 54. In 2022, there about 54%. Even at that time, we had a professor who claimed that it was more than a 54 and all that. But things are beginning to take shape. You also look at our reserve situation before the NPP took over in 2017. Our reserve situation, the national reserve was about $6.9 billion. Then by the time they were leaving office, they left $8.6 billion or so dollars.
Okay.
Today is in excess of about $13 billion under 1 year. We are talking about some 5 billion plus added in 1 year, thanks to the gold for reserve, projects, thanks to the effective management of the Bank of Ghana, thanks to Cocoa Board and all the others that are doing very well in that sector. Health has also, you remember, we have uncapped the NHIS, and so debt accumulation at the NHIA or NHIS dealings have also been significantly impacted by...
So, according to Bloomberg data cited by the financial analyst, Dr. Theo Echampo, the CD reported 40.7% appreciation against the US dollar.
Yeah, so
by
that's
Bloomberg.
That's even higher. And then you remember we've also uncapped Get Fund. Today Get Fund is busy doing projects across the country because their entitlement as a fund has been given to them fully. The District Assembly's Common Fund, which has become the central growth pole around which this country should develop, has also been uncapped. And so district assemblies are receiving their quarterly, what do you call it? Quarterly
disbursements
on time. And so debts are being paid. I did a job for, and I'm going to put this out, I don't have any shame about it, for Shai Osudoku in 2020. Until this month, when I called the new district assembly, the district chief executive, I have not been paid. 2020 till today, because why? Every time we go there, we have not received our quarterly reimbursement. We have not been given, and then they were in debt, and I wasn't the only one, so I stopped going there and all that. So indeed, you see some level of activity even at the local level, because that is the engine of the whole growth we talk about in this country. If the district assemblies were working very well and everybody is up to their task, and in fact they even have a mandate to be able to establish some private partnership to be able to do business, and you see that a lot of the district assemblies are in debt because there's no revenue generation apart from collecting road tolls, from those market women and market tolls and all that. Some of them don't have any means of generating revenue, and that's one of the reasons why we have so much poverty at the grassroots and all that. You remember we have also abolished the e-levy, the Laconian e-levy. We have also abolished the COVID levy and all that. And that is putting a lot of money in the pockets of Ghanaians. What is major to me, it's the Big Push program. The Big Push program is a transformational program. I think the government is doing so far so well on that matter. Some 13 billion has already been paid to road contractors for ongoing road construction, and then the new ones. The Kumasi Express Highway is also one that is receiving a facelift, and the new project to have the 6 lane down, that is also on course. You look at projects like the Eastern Corridor Road are also receiving some good support. You look at from Adenta all the way to Pong, through to Somanya to Pong are also receiving some good facelifts, and all over the place. Then you look at the Afram Plains opening up to the regional capitals so that we can have food stuff coming from those areas are also on course. And I am particularly happy that some of these things are happening. They are happening as quickly as they are. Listen, inflation is gone below 6%. For me, it's one of the biggest.
It's 5.4 now.
Yeah, 5.4%. You know what the prediction of the IMF was? 11.
Yeah.
The IMF was predicting that by the end of 2025, we're going to hit somewhere 11 or a little bit below that into single digits. But today, we're already at 5.4. If we can sustain some of these strides we're making as a country, for me, it should be the engine of growth around the table. And I am also excited that in all these achievements, the president has remained very humble and very, very disciplined about public expenditure and what we do not call and what we call. And that is the essence of leadership. Your leadership must affect the people you claim to lead. It must have a positive impact on them, including your own lifestyle. And I've seen, some criticisms about we buying an aircraft and all that. And this is a past government that was already itching to do some of those things. And to recall vividly again, the memory of the 6 people who were lost in the aircraft,
the crash.
The crash be remembered and be to live for long. These are decent men who went about their duty for their country but in the process we lost them, albeit the ravaging effect of Galamsey and all that. And if you observe also, there's a lot of work been done on this whole Galamsey, business in Ghana, and we're achieving some good results. At least the tension is down now. I also know that many arrests have been made, many have been prosecuted. Those who were deported have been deported, and there's some sanity beginning to return. What I do want to expect is that going forward, we would find alternative livelihoods for the many young men that have been kicked out of the bush. We don't want the security challenge on our hand. And so I've seen that that body, National Board for Small Scale Industries, is now GEA. They are doing a lot of things in that respect. I also expect the National Youth Authority, the YEA, the Venture Capital, all the other bodies, allied financial, youth-related support institutions to begin to fall into some of these areas. 9 months has done a good job, but we need to sustain some of these. And one of the ways to sustain it is to create alternative livelihoods where the people can find themselves useful within the economic space we're experiencing right now. Farming is still very rife. This year we experienced a food glut. It means that there's so much food, more than we can consume. We should find ways. Are we exporting them? Is the National Buffer Stock Company having the capacity to store all of this for future consumption and all that? We need that. I've also seen some good progress on irrigation. Unlike in the past where we are told there's irrigation here, one village, one dam, and we don't know where the outcome of that is. Today we're beginning to see some major interventions on irrigation. I've also heard and I've seen the tree crop something.
You mean, Doc, what's the name?
Tree crop development.
Yeah, the tree crop
development. Is it commission or something?
Tree crop development.
Where Dr. Andy.
Yes, Andy Okra.
I've seen them also launch a project in about 4 crops. They talk about coconut. They talk about mango. They talked about cashew, and one more. There are 4 of them. That government is taking steps.
So, Tree Crop Development Authority.
Tree Crop Development. I pass in front of that place every day. It's in this Legon around where you have the water, that man-made lake for the airport.
Yes.
So I pass there almost every day, and I still haven't kept the name. So it's important that we appreciate some of this. We don't need to be NDC to appreciate some of these interventions. We don't need to praise the government to appreciate some of these things. We feel it, we see it, we live it, and the least we can do is to support it. And that's why at this point I like to call on people who have excess money in their banks to start venturing into some business opportunities so that we can employ the teeming young people that we see around the place. I do some locum in UPSA as a lecturer. And I see the numbers of young people who would finish university and no jobs. All because we don't have enough jobs. Even the ones that are here, the ones from other countries, I don't mention any country here, they pay our people's minimum, nothing, for 0 to nothing. And that is creating a lot of security situations in our country, because when people don't find what they want economically, the next thing is to look for crime. To have a crime motive that will make them find some of these opportunities. So indeed, government is doing very well. Let's applaud the government for what they are doing. Let's pray with them. Let's stand with them. It is Ghana first, and at all times Ghana first.
So we've dug out what the vision of the Tree Crop Development Authority is. Brighton, we can put it back on. Yes. So the vision of the Tree Crop Development Authority is to produce highly developed, diversified, value-added and globally competitive and sustainable tree crop sector in Ghana. So yes, fantastic stuff. Anyway, so Doc, Doc has about 5 PhDs, actually masters. Sorry,
Doc, 5.
Yes, I has 5 or 5 masters.
I know him as a lawyer.
In fact, he's working on the 6th one.
I know him as a lawyer with expertise in environmental.
Yes, he's very passionate about environment. In fact, he's working on the 6th one. So after this program, we have to beg you. Otherwise, you do 10.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
We have to beg you.
Do you want me to tell you?
Which one are you working on now?
let me tell you before the information gets. I'm a natural resource. I'm a natural resource person.
Okay.
I have BSc in natural resource. In fact, Dr. Andiokra was my mate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we did natural resource together.
Okay.
Then I did masters in natural resources, agroforestry. Before I went to do law, LLB. After the law, I did BL, of course, called to the bar.
Yeah.
Then I did LLM, masters in law, petroleum law, oil and gas law.
Okay.
Then I did MSc, defense and international politics. GAFC.
Yes.
And then I did master class in leadership and management. Before I went to do PhD in environmental science.
Okay. So you see.
Then
intimidation.
Masters in law, national security law and practice.
No, it's okay. You're intimidating us.
That's the one. That's ongoing. That's number 6.
I see.
Yes. So you know.
So what I'm actually thinking is,
I was what he's talking about the doctorate. One is honoris causa, LLD, doctorate in law. But that one I'm afraid of. GTEC. So don't call me doctor. Just call me only one doctor.
So we have to put a team together and go and beg Dr. Henry Kokofu.
So he can use it.
Yeah, so that he can relax more. We have to go to his house and beg him.
Why?
A team.
Why?
The man has 6. He's going to 7. Hey, I know he's going to. You go like 50.
Oh no, he's allowed to use the other one, not the.
No, I'm not talking about the PhD. I'm talking about the master. So look at that. So he has PhD environmental science.
But
he has LLM,
yeah,
oil and gas law. He has MSc,
yeah.
defense and international politics. He has master class certificate, leadership and management. He has another LLB, Bachelor of Laws. He has a BSc, Natural Resources Management. He has BL, Bachelor of Law. He has MSc. He has LL. I mean, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there's two more coming up.
Look, this is intimidation.
You know, if we don't go and beg them, you do 100.
This is intimidation. Doc, this is intimidation.
You know. What the challenge? If we don't go and beg the man is already. He's going.
He lives in the classroom.
I'm telling you, he lives in the classroom.
Amore, this is not fair.
Doc, over how many years? This is for over. It spans over.
I've studied for 23 years.
Thank you. And he's still studying. He doesn't get tired.
No, stop.
Anyway.
But it's good. It's good.
So
what, some of this.
You want to take inspiration from him, eh?
But currently, I'm a part-time lecturer at University of Ghana.
Oh, wonderful.
I teach
which department?
Environmental law and policy.
Oh, wonderful.
Institute of Environment and Sanitation Studies.
Oh, okay. Oh,
I'm
congratulations.
Contemplating of doing.
How long have you been doing this?
Pardon?
How long have you been doing this?
Just 1 year.
Just 1 year now. Okay. Oh, wow.
I want to go back to Faculty of Law. KUST.
Okay.
My alma mater. No, just to go and.
He wants to go and give back.
Come to give back. Don't go to KUST.
Go and give back.
Give back.
Tell him to come to Gimpa. He shouldn't go to UPSA.
Yeah, give back.
Why?
Come and lecture in Gimpa at the law school.
He says he's not the product of
if you want
Gimpa.
to put me. Yeah, I haven't said Gimpa.
Yes,
please allow me small thing. Professor Kofi Abuchi.
Okay, he's a very good friend.
Seriously,
he's a dean, eh?
He's dean at UPS.
Okay, yes.
But he taught me. Yeah, he taught me constitutional law.
Oh, okay.
At KUST, second year.
Okay.
That time he had come from Harvard.
Okay.
Very sharp.
No, very sharp guy. No doubt.
The Harvard guys are different.
He's lost the wife.
Oh,
yes.
Yes.
Recently?
True. Yeah. And 17th.
Around the December.
Tomorrow's week, 17th.
Wow.
Yeah, the ceremony is coming on.
It's
so disheartening.
Wow.
He's a very good friend of mine. In fact, after my call to the bar, he invited me to his office then at Roman Airport Residential. And he wanted me to join the chamber.
Oh.
By that time, I was also in Parliament.
Yes.
Very nice guy. Likewise, I have another friend. He happened to be a former finance director in Parliament.
Okay.
Mr. Amponsa.
Okay.
Boateng. He lost his son, 47-year-old son, on the day of Christmas, 25th.
Okay.
So, Mr. and Mrs. Aponsa, we are very sorry.
Okay.
Let's know next week, Saturday, 17th, we'll do 1 week there. And they are my people from Bantama. I mean, we are all inhabitants of Bantama. So,
yeah, but Professor Busic lost the wife on the 13th of December.
13th, ne?
Yeah, she died close to 50 years.
The very date I lost my mom, 2008.
Oh, but our heartfelt commiserations to him.
Yeah, Prof.
Or to them.
Prof, you and the family. Condolences.
Yeah.
And I cannot wait to be there to console him.
It's unfortunate. Anyway.
Yeah, so,
may the souls of the departed rest in perfect peace.
Yeah.
So 1 year.
1 year,
So far, so good?
Yeah, of course. The tradition goes on and it continues. Every regime come into office and Ghanaians will embrace it with that goodwill, that support. In fact, when the time comes for change, change is inevitable.
Yeah.
When the time comes for change, no amount of ritual prayers can stop that.
Right.
And so it passes, just as passing the Rubicon. And when my brother was recounting the positives and all that, I just cast my mind back. 2017, exactly a year, Kufuor government in office, all the praises were showered. Oh, free SHS. Oh, Busukai and all those people, they were happy. Oh, taxes have been reduced, have been removed. Nuisance taxes have been removed. Oh, prices of goods and services were down. Everything. It's just that it's in the memory lane. But if you want to be candid and fair with yourself, you can just cast your mind back 1 year ago. And similarly, in 2009, when the late Professor Mills government took over from His Excellency Ajekum Kufuor's government. The first year, the praises were there. Ghana had struck oil. Ghana was on the verge of becoming oil-producing and export country. So all the accolades, all the confidence were there. Every first year of every government, you receive say. Indeed, President Mahamad's first term in office, 2012, when he won the elections. Unfortunately, we were in court for 2013, all those times. However, the early days achievements of his government were touted. But going forward, what happened? Challenges upon challenges, here and there, until up to 2014, 2015, and all Ghanaians were up in arms wanting to change his government, including people within his own NDC. They called for the change, and change came. So be it. 2023-24, Ghanaians were fed up with NPP, agreed. Things were hard, agreed. Challenges we faced, agreed. So people wanted change. And they spoke and spoke loudly and clear. So you come into office, and the first year, the people are magnanimous enough, as it's been done over the years. So the goodwill, it's yours, take it. But I've learned one major lesson, which I want to share with my colleague politicians across board. Never ever take the goodwill of the people of Ghana for granted. Once it starts waning, once it starts chipping away, the reality will dawn on you. Ghanaians are demanding. Expectations of Ghanaians are very difficult to be managed when it reaches the crescendo. That is a clear message for all of us.
The president has said this on several occasions, publicly.
Publicly. Well,
it's a goodwill that the government should not take for granted.
Yeah,
because Ghanaians today have become more demanding and become more impatient.
Wow. So
yes, these are the two words he gives you.
He's an experienced man, and he knows it. And I have also learnt it. And I want all other politicians across board to get to this. Very, very important. Now, we are talking about prices going down here and there. I just researched and got to know that on the 7th of June, maybe you may help me.
Okay.
2020. Crude oil.
That's the second time of Nana Addo Dankwa. No, first time still.
Yeah.
Yes.
7th June 2020.
Yes, first time.
Yeah. Crude oil at the world market was selling $156 per barrel.
Right.
And we were buying 1 liter of petrol here in Ghana, 10 cedis. You agree with me?
Yeah. Yeah, I follow.
$156 per barrel.
Yes.
And we were buying 10 cedis for a liter of petrol in Ghana. Today, oil prices is $58 per barrel. And we are buying petrol for 11 cedis. So
your point being?
My point being that what we are talking about it today, we've seen it before. We've seen it before. Even when world market price was even higher, we managed to buy fuel for ourselves here, 10 cedis. Those days. Today, it is 58 and we are buying at 11. So, the problem we do have that we all don't want to avert our minds to, or we try to ignore, is the fact that we do not have a resilient economy. Our economic foundations, the structures, are not resilient enough. They are not robust enough. So little push, particularly external factors, disarray everything.
What economists say, headwinds.
Exactly. Headwinds, yeah. So we tend to achieve and make gains at a certain point in time, but how to consolidate and sustain those gains are the major problems facing us. And unfortunately, our economists, many of them, both the experts here and there, have not been able to find solutions, help us to find solutions to that. How do we sustain? How are we going to be able to live up to this and then build on? I believe that is the aspirations of the president, and that's the aspirations of all of us. But as we speak, we have not been told, or we are not fully aware of what needs to be done to sustain this kind of gains we've made. I can go the other side and recount the negativities. It is not all that rosy. If you take Galamsey itself, it's a huge constituency by itself. We can do all the ravagings and all those things. I heard you talk, you mentioned, I think, City News or whatever. You talked about Ghana Water, wanting to ration water.
Yes.
What was it?
I think it was Talimate also who mentioned it, the Director of Public Relations.
Okay.
Yes, I think that's what I read.
And it is at the heart of Galamsey, destroying our water bodies, making it difficult for them to, as it were, produce potable water for us. So the negativities are there. I may not come there, but I will still...
Okay, so I think it was the water crisis hit Nungwa. Should Ghana Water face more scrutiny over rationing? Comes to the question mark. Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay. But it's a fact that we do have water crisis on our hands when it comes to water production. Now, so how do we sustain the gain? How do we, as a people, bite the bullet? Are we, the politicians, prepared to tell the people the real truth on the ground, the reality on the ground, or we want to continue with this kind of touting ourselves, giving ourselves big claps and all those things, to the point where the people's expectations may not be met, where we can see the anger of the people? For me, the answer is no. So what did we do? What are the economic policies and all those things that we put in place to get to where we are? And you and I know that you cannot plant cassava today and uproot it the next day. All policies, whether good or bad, are realized, the results are realized sometime to come.
Right.
So you come into office within 12 months, and you think you put policies in place and the same month they are reaping results? The answer is no. So you might have been enjoying the windfall of some kind of sacrifices that had been done before, maybe 2-3 years back, maybe at the time when President Mahama himself was in office, 2012. Some policies might have been put in place, they are bearing fruits maybe today. That is what we need to avert our minds on. But to give the government credit, the discipline in the system, I mean, when I talk about discipline, the fiscal discipline, the fear of people indulging in this, that, has been minimized because of the recent situation. What do they call them? Oral or, yeah.
Operation Recover or Loot.
Yes. These are some of the things that have put fear in people in positions, that we are not seeing so much of scandalous activities, or they are not being uncovered yet.
Okay.
If there are any. For me, I give credit to that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And that is the discipline within the public space, public service, protecting the public purse. That one, yes. But what did you do to increase the reserves? What were the economic policies? It ends up with the gold production, cash, gold for whatever.
Good for reserves.
Good for reserves. And clearly, everybody knows that the past government initiated these policies. Yes, clearly, it's there. You come in and then you consolidate or you improve upon, and that is governance. So as much as we are taking credit for these good things, we must as well remember their origins and all that. We are quick to point out the mistakes, but we are never quick to also acknowledge what others our predecessors have done. Now, you
know what I find interesting with this argument, eh? So in 2017, when the NDC won the elections, in 2017 when another won the elections, so sorry, pardon me for that. This same argument came up, you recall?
Yes.
When the NDC kept saying that the economic or the macroeconomic indicators that you were recording at the time was happening, was because the former administration had laid the foundation for what you were beginning to see by way of the macro stability that you saw.
Yeah.
And then people said no. And that the growth we're seeing, the fiscal deficit and so on and so forth, the inflation which was coming down at the time, was something that should be 100% credited to the NPP, and that it was a mark or it was a reflection of good leadership.
Did you agree?
Well, I don't know, but no, it's not my position at the time.
No.
But the NDC at the time.
I want your personal position.
No, I just like I'm asking you.
Because I did not agree entirely.
With that position, the NPP?
Yes, I did not agree.
But okay. The same argument came up.
But yes, of course. That's why I'm reinventing.
Okay, so you're being consistent.
Yes, I'm being consistent. You see, I did not agree entirely with that. But what I agreed at that time was that there was this patience of Ghanaians, the goodwill.
Yeah.
So the pressure and the expectations were lower then, so you have leverage.
Yeah.
You can maneuver things. Nobody was going to ask you to come and fix my road. Nobody was going to ask you blah, 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 blah. So there was that kind of, and then also, again, the discipline within the public sector space also played out. What we, or myself, let me put it myself, in MPP, was touting was the policies that were put in place. We promised free SHS, and within 1 year, it was rolled out. We promised to cancel or to scrap some nuisance taxes, about 18 or 19. We're done. Those were things you physically, I mean, there are policies that have been put in place and they were yielding the results that we are seeing. As for laying the foundations and all, I agree into two, because you cannot plant cassava today and go and uproot the tree.
Harvest it tomorrow.
It's not possible. So going back now, you remember Timbot? You know, but Wonder, you remember Timbot?
Yes.
You know we used to have Timbot?
I do.
Timber Marketing Board.
Oh, you mean, okay, all right.
Timbot used to be,
okay.
I mean, very loud those days, Timbot.
Yeah,
He lost me a bit. You mean Timbot, yes.
Timbot.
Marketing Board,
I'm trying to build up something.
Yes.
We had Timbot.
Yes.
Before then, we have Cocoa Board.
Yes.
And now we have Gold Board. Okay. Timbot is gone. No more Timbot.
Thanks to former secretary.
Pardon?
Thanks is which former secretary?
Timbot is gone.
Okay.
Now,
Let's wait that first.
Cocoa Board is struggling.
Okay, please go ahead.
Cocoa Board is struggling.
Yes.
When we came into office 2017, we said a whole lot of rot at Cocoa Board and people were on trial. Today, Cocoa Board is crying sick.
Yeah.
Or maybe worse. So, we've welcomed Gold Board. Is Gold Board going to face the same fate as the first two boards? It's a very serious issue. And look at it. We are talking about natural resources here. All these are natural resources. So at any point in time, when the state decides by policy to encumber natural resource management in the country, a particular product, a particular resource in the country, with the aim of optimizing benefit and for the benefit of the people, which is a very laudable idea. Have we succeeded or we have not? Have there been challenges or not? You know, Timbot got extinct because of global issues.
Yeah.
All this climate change and deforestation and all those. Because Timbot was a conscious effort made by the state itself to mow down trees of about 500, 300 years, the Odums, the Kukrodias and all that, and then export them wholesale, raw materials to the European markets and the outside markets. That it was a conscious effort, to the point that we realized we've lost forest cover, trees and everything. Then we have got to place ban on exportation of raw timber. Then we began to think of value addition. Then we said, okay, let's go back and plant more trees. And we are spending millions of dollars replanting. So we are not there. And then the advent of illegal logging has also set in. So Timbot was a state creation, an institution that legitimized deforestation process, if I may put it so. Cocoa Board, fortunately, has many players around, farmers and all that. And today, the major threat to the cocoa industry is Galamsey, destroying cocoa farms and even voluntarily, farmers are selling their lands for mining. So mining has become a serious threat on the cocoa industry. Apart from the procurement breaches here and there, the production of the cocoa itself, to the point that the quality is even said to be compromised because of these cyanide and the mercuries and all those things. I mean, the pollution of the soil and the water resources. So Cocoa Board, the cocoa industry is at risk. We've created Gold Board. How sustainable are we sure that Gold Board will carry us through? Is it for the first year, second year, to stabilize things, make things appear we are on good course, and we receive all the claps and everything? Because all that the government and the people, my colleagues on the other side will point to, is that we are experiencing dollar CD rates, thanks to gold. Prices of goods and services are down because importers can lay hands on dollars, cheap dollars, and bring them the goods in so we can buy at cheap prices. Is it not the case?
Right.
To the point that we've pumped in $10 billion into the system by way of intermediary, by way of intervention or whatever, just to shore up the city. And shoring up the city means we left, MPP left city at 14.7 or
14.7, yes.
And now it
as
is
of January 2020.
Now it is
in January 2025.
Now it is
2020.
10.5.
Now
Yeah,
it is
2025,
10.5.
yes.
Okay, and you go to the bank, you won't get it anyway. There are none. So you still have to travel to the.
Which bank?
Do you want me to mention my bank?
Which bank did you go that you didn't get dollar?
Metro Bank.
You mean the bank you attended, they didn't have dollars?
Metro Bank don't have.
My bank, they have dollars.
They have. Please help me. Help me.
Just I only go for some $100.
Pardon?
I only go for some $50.
It doesn't matter.
Even if it me money, so
even if it is $1,
No, but if you are to import, you don't need dollars. Just go and do a slip.
Yeah. So you see a journey of 14.7 to 10.5.
Right.
What's the difference? The difference is almost about, say, 3 point something.
Yes.
What?
3 point something.
So what is it? We used to be at 14.7.
Oh, okay.
It's not
14.7. And now it's 10.5.
So it's almost 3 points. It's almost 3.5.
It's almost
Just
different.
say 40% recovery. That's all.
40% recovery.
Yes, yes.
At the cost of $10 billion.
No.
Oh, please.
No.
I'm coming.
But you have to contextualize the process.
I'm coming.
Because it's not money gone that has not come back. It's money that has gone, but it's come back.
Coming from where?
Oh, no.
Where would it come?
Oh, you know, it's simple.
Okay, tell me.
The central bank will take money from the local banks.
And
say, central banks, I have $1 billion to spend maybe this week or this month.
Auction.
GT Bank, how much do you want? Stanbic, how do you want? They say, okay, we want this. And everybody brings their
CDs.
Yeah, their CDs. And then he gives them the dollars. And then they use the dollars to buy. They use the CD. They give it to Gold Board. Gold Board buys the how do you call the gold? It's exported. And the dollar comes back to central bank.
No. I'm coming. Don't worry.
So they get it back in
No,
forex.
I'm coming. No, it's not. When the central bank gives the dollars to the commercial banks,
It's not a gift.
and it's not a gift. They auction.
Yeah, they auction.
They pay CDs.
Yes.
So the dollar is now at the commercial banks.
Yes, the commercial
What do you do with the dollars?
Well, they trade with it.
They trade with the dollars.
Of course.
They're trading where?
Well, what
by way of importation.
You mean, of course, importation. Yes.
So I'm coming. So you import the goods and services in with my dollar.
Yes.
Is it not the case?
Yes.
They come in here, and I've got to purchase them in cities. Every dollar you sent out there to bring these goods, you created jobs for that market, that economy. The dollar the Bank of Ghana gave to the commercial bank, and the commercial bank gave to me, the importer, sending it to where I'm bringing in the goods. I have created jobs and opportunities for those people there.
But
please,
but boss, you cannot stop the private person.
I know. Oh, I'm
from
coming.
Importing because
I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. And that is why you see, I'm trying to build up a point. I'm talking about the sustainability.
Okay.
How are we going to be able to sustain it of this model? Because we are doing economic recovery.
Right.
When the country is well, I am also a beneficiary. I would love, he said, we all have to support. Yes, of course, I have to support, but I have to be more inquisitive. I mean, I have to know where we are headed towards.
Look, even America imports.
That is why Trump,
yes,
he began his
America first.
No, he began his regime.
The tariff.
With the trade war.
Right.
The guy is smart.
It will take time.
I'm coming.
America will not be able to produce everything, though.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, 1 year in office. 1 year in office.
He'll come back to you.
1 year in office.
Yes.
We are buying things at cheaper prices.
Okay.
We are happy.
Yes.
Rice prices are low. The poultry are low.
Yes.
Whatever, they are low. Yeah, I agree. The petrol, everything is low. At the cost of selling our forex, $10 billion intervention. So what I'm saying is, the $10 billion that the private sector, the importers took to import, they are doing their business. That money is going to help generate employment for that economy. Because he has also touched on the youth unemployment. And he says he does a locking. And when he sees the students, he's afraid. A national security issue on our hand. And he's right. So job creation at that end And then the goods, the finished goods are brought in here. And you and I, having that strong appetite for foreign goods, we will pounce on them and then go and buy. So we are happy. Now, the local manufacturer, the local producer, doing business in Ghana is said to be high because of electricity tariff, water tariff, and sometimes labor costs.
So generally the cost of production locally is high.
It's high. So he's unable to compete with the imported goods.
Yes.
He's unable to. So what it means is that we are killing local industry and promoting importation of goods and services from elsewhere with our dollars.
Doc, I get it.
You get it?
But I'm sorry.
You are,
Are we saying that because we do not want to... Are you suggesting that we should stop importing because it's killing local industry?
Well, no, I haven't said so.
Yes,
but
because my point is we can still walk and chew gum. We can still do the importation, but find ways through policy and so on in making sure that the local industry does not suffer.
That is why I'm coming from. So I would have loved that 1 year in office, giving account. You say, yes, of course, we are helping importation and all those things with the lower the dollar. However, the local manufacturing exportation of our goods and services outside to bring the needed dollars has also been boosted, and we are getting.
But that's the process.
Nobody. I'm coming. Nobody has come to tell us that we have these kind of dollars that we have, and that is what we are using it all around. And you made a very serious thing that, yes, the Bank of Ghana gives the dollars to the commercial banks.
Yes.
The commercial bank takes it for importation or whatever.
For their business.
Then the gold board will then replenish. They will bring the gold again.
Yes.
For how long? How sustainable? Gold is an infinite commodity.
Yes.
And we have what we call resource curse and resource Dutch disease.
Dutch disease.
When you place your emphasis and your hopes and everything on a particular commodity, the day that the prices plummet or comes down, you are in trouble. Do you know that this government
plummets?
Yes. Do you know that this government is so fortunate? It assumed office in 2025 January, and therearound gold prices increased from 1,300 to almost 4,000 now, getting to 5,000. So, given the fluctuation of commodity prices, one day we may wake up. I'm not saying it should happen. No, it's possible that prices comes down. What do we do then? So we must be diversified. Now that we have the gold boom,
but
what are we doing?
Whether that diversification or diversification that you're talking about is happening or not, I'm sure one day will tell you. Well, let's take a break. You're watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. Please don't go anywhere. Stay with us. There's a lot happening. I'm sure your man will tell you.
Start your kids' day the right way, filled with confidence to take on any challenge. Pepsodent Kids contains the right amount of fluoride and sugar acid protection to care for their developing gums and teeth. Grab either orange or strawberry so they brush with the sweet flavor they love morning and evening. Pepsodent Kids, giving your children a bright smile for a brighter future.
Confident smile is everything. Kale Charcoal Toothpaste keeps me on top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job, we spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other than Kale Charcoal Toothpaste. Kale Charcoal Toothpaste. You're on a Kessie and in a kit one.
Samayo Kendini, a who be here.
se mecha sapapa dia to ama me manfo. Kel Chaco's natural ingredients. Eno bomb se ho ban. E ma ne swen ne sanso mama hotoso e wo bedwam.
Kel Chaco toothpaste. Choose Kel Chaco toothpaste for anti-cavity, whiter teeth, and fresher breath all day. Available in 80 gram and 150 gram. Grab yours today.
Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
The festive season is here again, and your most preferred estate partner is giving you 25% discount on land sale. Yes, for our Bronya Asase promo, Estate Masters is offering this massive discount for outright purchases. This includes free indenture, free site plan, and a free site visit. So what are you waiting for? Rush now and secure a plot of land while it is still hot. Reach out to us using the numbers below or visit our website at www.estatemastersgh.com. Estate Masters, your most preferred estate partner.
You're still live on Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. Very, very interesting conversation we're having here with my guest, Dr. Henry Kwabena Kokofu. He's a private legal practitioner and also a former executive director at the Environmental Protection Authority and also a former MP for Bantama. He's here with us, a member of the MPP's communications team. He wants to become the General Secretary of the MPP. And when is your internal elections happening? It's in 2027?
No, 2026.
March,
no,
April.
Presumably some July or
August, thereabouts. Yeah. Okay.
But,
so that's when...
but immediately after the primaries,
okay,
we're going to have our polling stations and start those levels.
Okay, elections. Okay. The polling station comes before the electoral area coordinators.
And then constituencies,
and
then regional,
and then national. Wow.
Well, that is the convention.
Okay.
I do not know
whether anything will change. And so the national will come off, say, somewhere around August?
July, August. Because the mandate of those in office ends in July.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Wanda Madilo. He says good job so far, but he's not sure if it's sustainable.
I like the current position of the MPP.
Which is what?
You know, even in court, I understand if you can't fight at least on the law, you can go to the other side, which is pleading for some emotions of the judge.
Right.
And I think that's what is happening lately. They don't want to talk about figures any longer. You won't hear them debate about what's the rate of the CD. You won't hear them debate about inflation. You won't hear them debate about infrastructure progress. But they will go to the angle that, oh, how sustainable is this? We've seen this before. When we came to office 1 year in government, we have also seen this and all that. But records are clear. MPP 1 year in office did not make a recovery of the CD. When we were leaving office, it was 3.6. By the time their 1 year ended, it was 4.36 or so. So they didn't make a recovery. Inflation, when we were leaving office, was around 18%. By the time they turned the corner after 1 year, it didn't come anywhere close to what we were seeing today. So indeed, let's appreciate the progress. But I can tell you what is being done to sustain all of these economic gains and all that. And I want to applaud particularly the Bank of Ghana for the discipline, the discipline we have seen, over the period. In the past, you could walk into the bank, and I do it myself, go walk into the bank, and then you're asking for dollars, they are converting money from your CDs account to your dollar account, and I'm making payment right here in Ghana. Because the deal we're in requires that payment is made in dollars. And so that was a pressure on the CD, and we all saw it. But today, at least, thanks to the Bank of Ghana, there's some regulatory and monetary framework that allows banks not to do some of those things. And you see sanctions in the past already of some of the banks that were, illegally or operating outside of the space of the Bank of Ghana directive on forex and its transactions and all that. And so there's some discipline. He wants to know another thing we're doing. Another thing we're doing very well is our expenditure patterns. We are not going to waste some 98 billion in some open pits. That won't happen. We won't waste money on frivolous projects like Japa, PDS, and all that. We're doing some of those things well, such that it doesn't become a drain on the public purse. Number two, he talks about the Bank of Ghana's intervention in the market. Bank of Ghana's intervention in the market primarily has to do with those within the BDC environment, OMCs, BDCs, pharmaceuticals, and companies operating within the free zones enclave. They are the ones who are the big spenders of forex, if you care to know. And those in the free zones environment, for instance, they don't take the dollar because they want to just take it abroad and go and sleep. They go in to buy raw materials, bring it to this country, and they have large employee base. They have large production bases. Go to the free zones. We, in our tenure, established the Dawa Industrial Park. For 8 years of this, MPP government, when they were in government, they did nothing about that place. It's virtually rotting away. In fact, to complement that Dawa project was the Sangomi housing. Even that was also a mess at the end of the day. So they did not take the steps we are taking today. Otherwise, maybe the progress would have been more. Yes, we do agree that when you come to government, some excesses of the previous government, including their goodwill, you may enjoy that. But to what extent? And if the MPP was proud about what they left behind, I don't think they would have seen that humiliating defeat they saw in the last election, which has never happened before in our landscape, at least in the Fourth Republic. And so they should be humble enough to understand that, look, progress has been made. How we sustain this progress is what I can tell him. So number two, we're investing in food security in order that we don't rely so much on importation of rice, sugar, and all the likes. If you observe in the last budget, we made preparations for sugarcane growers to go into full-time business. We wasted 2 factories, Ayensu Starch Factory and our Commander Sugar Factory, under the last 8 years of the MPP. And that was a major intervention to relax the pressure on our forex. We didn't take advantage of that. We were busy talking about one district, one factory. And I can mention the factories. People have their own factories, then you see overnight they put one district, one factory on it, and it's gone. We have seen a lot of that across the country, which were not sustainable. They tell us that it was a public-private partnership and all that. But where are they today? What was the sustainability of some of these projects? We didn't see that. We are also making conscious interventions in the market when it comes to agriculture in particular, our cash crops, the cocoa. We have discovered that majority of our cocoa is shipped across the border in Cote d'Ivoire, and they take it abroad. We should not forget, gold for oil came as a rescue because they had plunged the economy into crisis. The gold for oil that is being run today is not in the same structure as what they had in the past. Theirs was mainly accumulate revenue or a reserve, use it to buy, crude or crude, finished products of petroleum and all that, and then imports in this country. They identified petroleum as one of the drains on our forex. That is not all that we're doing today. When the Bank of Ghana goes to the market to auction dollars, it is not because they want to auction it to friends or people who want to repatriate their profits abroad. It is to the banks, and the banks now have a more rigid regulatory framework on how some of these dollar purchases are done, and therefore it is absolutely being controlled. Number two, people create the impression as though when the Bank of Ghana goes to the market to buy, to auction dollars, it is free. It's not free. It's as simple as this. I have enough dollar. Let's assume that the Bank of Ghana is operating like any of the forex bureaus around. Their rate is, say, 10.4. The forex bureaus decide to sell it at 11. And I say, oh, come to me, I can give it to you cheaper. It's virtually like a competition to ensure that we maintain some sanity in terms of the dollar, the need for dollar on the market. And we're seeing progress thanks to what is happening around that way. We're also making sure that these days contracts are no longer quoted in dollars. I have been doing projects all over the place. Even small projects we do, they quote in dollars. They ask you to quote in dollars for them, and you have to quote in dollars. I think a lot of that has shifted over the period, and we're seeing some progress along those lines. We're also doing infrastructure, and some of the infrastructure we're doing is for them to be able to become self-sustainable. When we did the airport project, it did not sit on the books of Ghana as a debt. Why? Because that project, the Terminal 2, has the capacity to pay for itself. So when you do projects, you borrow in dollars, you come and do projects in Ghana, and those projects do not in themselves bring in revenue, you will have a challenge on your books. Okay. University of Ghana Medical Center, when it was built, yes, that also there was a way for University of Ghana Medical Hospital to recover or recoup its own investment and pay back the loan. Okay. So it's no longer a debt on the national books. Then you go to places like the MPS terminal, which is the Tema Port. It's also a project that is repayment of your debt and all that. The 6th lane we're going to do from Accra to Kumasi, we'll have tolls. I'm sure it will be tolled, and I know that for a fact. That is also because people will be able to recoup their investment. We are not engaged in this frivolous expenditure of the NPP, where we even had in some time, in a point in time where they tell us that they are going to do a SkyTrain project, and that SkyTrain project never materialized. Yet government of Ghana paid $2 million abroad, and nothing happened. So it's the leakages that they had with their government, the reckless spending, the insatiable desire for forex. You see almost all the cases that have been, put before the court recently, from the likes of the Signals Bureau, the likes of even the National Buffer Stock. You will hear dollars in some of those transactions, including since the past, famous case. You hear dollars all the time. Anytime there's a stealing or corruption or an assumption of somebody having embezzled state fund, it's all in dollars. So you ask yourself why? Because people had insatiable desire to export our dollars abroad, and we never had any sustainability in those environments. Government is also diversifying gold board very soon. You know that our jewelry company, the Gold Board Jewelry Company, is one of the ways to also sustain the CD. Why? Then we can produce our gold here, do our ornaments here, our rings, our necklaces and all that, take them abroad, and then you get physical hard currency, and then you're importing back in the country. In the past, it wasn't, PMMC was not doing some of these things as regularly as they should do. Today, we have an act that empowers the Gold Board jewelry to go into some of these interventions and make sure they are done and done properly. Some of the interventions, for instance, when we're doing Frontiers project, the COVID period, almost all the funds we took abroad in exchange for the COVID vaccines and all that were in dollars. And some of these were not value for money, because at the time the Sputnik vaccine was selling much lower with Russia. Is it Russia or Japan? And then when we're buying the open market in somewhere in Dubai, it was 2 times or 3 times the price. It is some of this indiscipline that brought our CD to dollar ratio that high. And I don't think that my government is in the business of continuing along those lines. We're also maintaining our buffer reserve or our international reserve properly. We don't want to go below a certain threshold. Okay. Government wants to maintain at least a minimum 8 months of import cover at all given point in time. Okay. So you don't get to a point where government dips its hand into the pockets of the reserve or the buffer, bring all the money down here. Then the following day, gold is slipped on the market. The following day, cocoa is slipped on the market. The other day, you have crude slipping on the market, and then we begin struggling. So indeed, government is committed to making sure that our forex is protected and all that. Pharmaceuticals is also one of the major areas where we spend a lot of forex. Okay. And one of the things government is doing to support the pharmaceutical industries with physical, infrastructure and funds in order that they don't have to heavily rely on always importing over-the-counter drugs, OTCs and all that. Okay. I think that it's important that the NPP appreciate that there's been some level of sanity brought to the economy, some level of sanity brought to our expenditure patterns, some level of sanity brought to the governance style of Ghana as we have it under John Dramani Mahama. And the earlier they can wake up to some of these things, the better. Okay. You see, when a country like President Akufo-Addo said that money doesn't like noise, and we have seen attempts where the NPP is busy trying to poo-poo people are taking breakfast this morning, vis-a-vis the economy. They try to make nonsense. Yeah, to make nonsense of all the achievements. Look, it serves nobody any good. Okay. If all you want to engage in is to become, what's the opposite of optimist? Pessimist. To become pessimistic about everything. It cannot all be wrong. If it's right, let's say it's right. Okay. If it's good, let's say it's good. If there's a way to offer alternative views, and I think that is what advanced democracies do, where they offer alternative views on governance and say, hey, listen, we know you are doing this. You can scale it up if you do that and that and that and that. then we are refining the economic environment, the governance environment, the political environment of this country. Otherwise, it could just be this business about they are not doing well, we can do better. Even when you have the chance, you can't do it. You say you can do better just for the political convenience that we want to achieve at the end of the day. So, yeah, the MPP, yes, we welcome your criticisms, but a lot is being done. Moro, before I finish, something was running through my mind in terms of sports.
Okay.
I know Kofi Adams is doing very well, and we have to go to this World Cup. If I don't say this, I'll miss it.
Okay.
Moro, let me announce to you that one of our own is called Antoine Semenyo.
Okay.
Has now just been signed by Man City. In fact, he seems to be the only Ghanaian to play for Man City. For once, I will have support of Ghanaians in supporting Man City. In the past, when you talk, they say, "Oh, but you don't have supporters in Ghana and all that," because the likes of Chelsea, Man U had ACN and Go, and so they were excited. Now we are also excited that one of our own, Asamoah missed the chance to play for Man City. Because when he was called, he said he was going to play an international friendly for Ghana and missed the opportunity to sign for Man City. So join me to celebrate Semenyo for his bold decision to come to Manchester City.
Yeah. Okay. But you're Manchester City fan?
Yes, die hard. In fact, an international fan. I pay international dues.
Okay. All right.
Bro, will you join me?
Yes, I will.
Come to Man City.
Yes. That's if Chelsea is not able to qualify for next year's Champions League, then we will consider Man City.
Yeah.
But can we move on? Or?
Oh yeah, we can move on. But you see, all this that we're talking about are the package of the IMF.
Yes.
IMF package that we contracted as a country, and this government inherited. So they are unable to bypass that package. That is where the discipline is coming from. I agree. So you see why the government asked for 3 months extension of the IMF package? Yeah. So to be able to consolidate on this. I am talking with you on the terms where Ghanaians' expectations may reach a certain level that in government, even you may not want to spend, but you have got to spend in order to also satisfy the very people.
Okay.
For us, it's bread and butter issue.
All right.
Agreed. And when the time comes, and don't forget, 1 year in office, 2 years, getting to 3 years to the election year, where the pressure keeps on piling. If we have gone out of IMF package, and we're still seeing this kind of discipline, then we can confidently say that we are on the right path and we are moving on. That's all that we need to know.
All right.
When the headmaster is on your neck with a cane, you are disciplined.
You behave.
You behave. Let him be out of there, and then we will see. So the fiscal discipline we are experiencing is part of the IMF negotiations that was orchestrated and contracted by the previous government. With Ghana fully committed to adhere to that. And we inherited, and we are adhering to, and they are bearing results, which is good for all of us. But what I'm talking about is the sustainability of, say, when IMF is not there.
Okay. Let me read Master Planner Junior's message he sent to us. Now, Master Planner Junior is a policy analyst from Kintampo. It says, this 1 year of President Mahama is highly marked with youth unemployment. The 24 hours economy was your major campaign message. You promised the youth 1 job, 3 people, 3 shifts. It is sad for the first time in the history of Ghana, teacher trainees have not been posted in 2025. Those who were posted under the previous government are inherited by this government, have worked for close to a year but are paid only 2 months' salary. Imagine your government cannot pay just 1 shift. How much more 3 shifts? The youth will be very sad and angry listening to my uncle Wanda Mandilo this morning. Anyway, Dr. Bamia is number 3 on the ballot paper. 22 days to go. Master Planner Junior Policy Analyst in Kintampo. Alhaji Hamza from Pig Farm says that 1 year of President Mahama in office, so far so excellent. My brother, the coming back of President Mahama to office is a big blessing to this nation. We must be grateful to Allah Almighty. It is time we appreciated the good things that is happening in this country, and Allah Almighty will bless us with more. I'm particularly happy because promises that were made to be delivered in 120 days have all been delivered. Taxes like omission tax, e-levy, COVID levy, BET, betting tax have all been abolished, and all these monies go directly into the pockets of Ghanaians. And for this alone, we're grateful to President Mahama. The only problem I have is that government should put in more efforts in the fight against Galamsey. A lot has been achieved, but more needs to be done. Galamsey should not be treated with kid gloves because it is an act of terrorism against the state. Mystic Wonder Avuko, inside in Sawam Edwaji says, good morning to you, Mr. Moore, and your panelists. It is inarguably clear that President Mahama has performed creditably well in his first year. The economic indicators are reflecting in the lives of Ghanaians. The NPP is gradually becoming a liability, suffering from leadership crisis, and the center cannot hold. Never again to this nepotistic nation wreckers. My regards to Chairman Dr. Mark Oliver. Carlos from Odododio says, these NPP people are quite amusing. What exactly is the NPP representative saying? Is he telling us to vote for the NPP or simply to go and relax somewhere? All the ideas he's now putting forward were ideas he could have implemented when he was in government just a few months ago. Instead of them focusing on managing the economy, their country's economic situation, they are busy chewing ballot papers in parliament. That seems to be what they know how to do best. Carlos from Odododio, and I say, God bless you. Happy New Year to you, my brother. Happy New Year to you. Carlos, good to hear from you. Prince Henry Koforidia says, good morning, Chief. Prince, it was good to see you at yesterday's the funeral event of Mr. Afechi, who is the Chief Executive Officer of Post. Prince, it was good to see you. It's been a long time. This one says that Dr. Kokofu is being mischievous and propagandist with the topic today. Same Dr. Kokofu and his lies claim that the positive that the NPP enjoyed in 2017 and 2018 without any good applause to the NDC. So what is he talking about now? What's he talking about today? No, he actually said, and to be fair to him, that when the NDC kept saying that they had laid a foundation for what the NPP was starting as good management of the economy, he disagreed in part with his party because he also agreed that some of the things or the successes that had been chalked by the NPP in 2017, as far as the economy is concerned, should also be credited to the NDC. That's what he said, he argued at the time. And so he's been consistent that yes, some of the things that are being seen today, some of the positives in terms of the management of the economy should also be credited to the NPP. So he's just telling us he's been consistent as a matter of principle. So, Prince, you may not be entirely right with your criticism of Dr. Kokofu. You've not been fair to him. But it says the worst enemy of Ghana is the old UP and now MPP. Never again to nation wreckers, MPP. Proverbs 29:2. Prince. Now, this one here from, Richmond. Richmond Roxing is the PRO of the Energy Ministry. It was also good to see you yesterday. Yes. He's a very, very strong guy. Very hard working. You should ask him. He should give business. Yes. But he doesn't give business. He only speaks for the people.
Yeah, he should speak for me.
He should speak for you. Richmond, it was Roxton, right? Yeah. Roxton, good to see you. How are you? I hope you're doing very well. I mean, he's one guy I really admire. Yeah, very calm. He doesn't sleep. All he's thinking about is work. He'll call, at times he'll call you at door and say, Charlie, we have a problem. What do we do? You know, his his just attitude towards work is unbelievable. It's just incredible. Richmond, please keep it up. Keep it up. You're a fantastic gentleman, very hardworking, dedicated, and committed to your work. Please do keep it up. And I'm sure that your boss, at the right time would reward you handsomely for a good job done. Speaking of which, I want to say a very good morning to John Jinapo. It's been a while. I mean, we haven't interviewed him in a while. But anyway, so let's now look at Reverend Jones Latte, who is he's a lawyer actually, and also a minister of the word. And also a journalist. Yes, I've known him for many years, back in the day when I was at City FM. But he sent us a message, and his message is on Ken Ofori-Atta, and that dovetails into our next topic. Unfortunately, we have just 10 minutes. I don't know whether my cherished guests can deal with this Ken Ofori-Atta thing as briefly as you can. Yeah, because it's just 10 minutes, otherwise they'll take us off. But the story is as simple as that. So Ghana's former finance minister, Ken Ofori-Atta, who is wanted at home on corruption allegations, has been detained in the U.S. over issues related to his immigration status, his lawyers say. Now, Ghana has previously requested Oforiatta's extradition, but his lawyers are challenging this, saying that allegations against him are politically motivated. Now, Oforiatta left Ghana last year for medical reasons, his legal team said. Now, on Wednesday, confirming his detention in the U.S., we're being told they expect the matter to be resolved expeditiously. In a statement, Oforiatta's lawyer said their client was law-abiding and was in the process of applying to change his immigration status, allowing him to stay in the U.S. past the period of validity of his visa. Now, the BBC, so this I'm reading from the BBC's website. The BBC has contacted IC for comment, and that's the Immigration Customs, something. Now, Oforiatta faces dozens of charges relating to his time in office under the previous administration. And last February, prosecutors in Ghana declared that the former minister a fugitive, alleging that he was trying to evade investigators. Now, let me read to you the related, story to this. Now, Frank Davis, who is the chairman of the NPP's Legal and Constitutional Committee, and also counsel for Ken Oforiatta. Now, this is what he's saying. Now, he says that the former Finance Minister Ken Oforiatta has confirmed that his client has applied for an extension of his stay in the United States, citing ongoing medical treatment and recovery. Now, he says that Mr. Oforiatta traveled to the U.S. for a medical procedure which has since been completed, but remains under medical supervision as part of his recuperation. According to him, the former minister is in constant consultation with his medical team, whom he advised that he remains either in the U.S. for further treatment or monitor, comes back to Ghana. Now, Ken Oforiatta left here in Ghana, and then he gave notice that he was going for a medical procedure that had been done. And if we all know what he is suffering from, it is not easy. After that, he has to go through a period of recuperation. And that is exactly what he's doing. He's in constant consultation with his medical team. And if they advise that the state at which they are, it is imperative for him to continue to remain in the state so that they can attend to him. What exactly is wrong with that? He discloses that Mr. Oforiatta's visa is due to expire on February 14, making it necessary for him to apply for an extension. Now, if you visit a country, and I'm quoting him, for some reason, and are unable to leave when you are supposed to, you apply to extend your stay. What is strange about that? Yes, he has applied for an extension, and that the petition is with the ICE. They will determine it, and in the fullness of time, we will all know whether the petition has merit or not. Now, he's also described the application as a routine immigration process and rejected claims suggesting any wrongdoing. This is a normal practice in every jurisdiction. If someone is unable to leave a country when their visa expires due to unforeseen circumstances, they apply for an extension. He therefore urged the public to avoid speculation, stressing that the process is lawful and ongoing. So, please, 33 minutes each, because our time is almost up. 2 minutes is actually 2 minutes. Briefly, I mean, do you find anything worrying, disturbing about this story? Let me start with Doc.
Yep.
Do you find anything disturbing about this, or is much ado about nothing?
Well, not at all. The lawyer has explained. It's quite, you have got to understand. What I'm worried about is the court of public opinion where traits are put here and there. We should wait and see what happens.
Okay. All right.
It's a very interesting twist. I wanted you to read the paragraph where he said he may have been advised, and that's supposed to be the counsel.
Okay, yes.
So his position should be...
Oh, okay, that part.
Yes, I think the third paragraph or so.
Okay, let me look at that.
Well, while you look out for that,
yes.
No, I think that
is it this is a normal practice in every jurisdiction?
He may have been advised.
If someone is unable to leave a country when their visa expires, blah, 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 they may apply for extension. Therefore, as the public, okay. Yeah, please go ahead. I want to find it.
Yeah, so he said he may have been advised by his
lawyers.
His medical team to stay in the U.S. longer or whatever. So, well, there's a very interesting twist in all this matter. Government hasn't spoken officially to this issue yet. The special...
So if they advise at this stage, if they advise that the stage at which they are in, it is imperative for him to continue to remain in the state so they can attend to him, what exactly is wrong with that?
No, there's one more that says he may have been advised, go up, like the third paragraph.
Who may advise that he remains in the U.S. for further treatment for monitoring?
You see, that's a lawyer talking.
Okay.
I know he wants to try to be coy about certain things in his approach, but you see almost every paragraph, if may, coming up, and you're talking to us for a fact. You are the counsel. Excuse me. And you are the one to tell us what is exactly happening. And you are also building on conjecture and trying to impute things and all that. I don't think this statement serves anybody any good by reading it. It's all that we know. Okay. If that's all that the council knows, then it's of no use. Because we heard about all these things.
Should the government intervene? Should the government intervene? Take advantage of this and get
we don't have that energy for that. What I do know is that you see, the wheels of justice grind slowly, we are all told. This is the second time he's applying for a stay in the U.S. This is the man who told us that, and if you have children and there is distress, we don't leave your children and all that, and that you should be allowed to stay and all that, and that he's not taking salary and all that. We do appreciate his contributions to this country. I'm one of the people who appreciate people who have gone through stuff for this country. Indeed, it was not his private business. He was running the country, and then some of these things have happened. I thought that he has done himself a lot of disservice by the inconsistencies with which they approach this matter. Somewhere last year, we were told that he was going to come at a certain time. They wrote to the OSP. OSP wrote back. They gave a new date. They couldn't come. They gave a new date. And now it is a fight not to come back to Ghana. I think that is a very concerning situation for all of us to look at the fact. So, Kenneth Ofori-Atta, yes, whatever it is, Ghana is his base. We've had even his wife tell us that Ghana is his country. He's not running out from Ghana. He will come and all that. Then I heard one, quote-unquote, idiot who was insulting the president over and over and going on and on. Kenneth Ofori-Atta is a man of himself. He's a man of metal. He has money. He will come back to this country if he wants to come back. Your mama and his thieves and all. He went on, and this is supposed to be Ken's junior brother or cousin or whatever of the show. I mean, he did it on live TV. I think these are the things not helping his cause. Nobody has arrested Kenneth Ofori-Atta in Ghana. He was only invited to give account of what he knows or has done during the period. In fact, at the time he was even being invited, the case was not even in court. It is recently that I'm sure the case has gone to court, and then we are hearing all this matter. Nobody is after him. And the U.S. law system is not going to be that gullible for you to walk in and say, we are being persecuted for political reasons, and then they will say, okay, stay for life. No, those are not the conditions for which people are given asylum and all that. If you want asylum, you need more concrete reasons to give, in that respect. Number two, we are being told that he was sick. Yes, I agree. And we are all infallible. Is it fallible or infallible?
We are fallible. We are fallible.
We are all fallible. I mean, we are all prone to all kinds of things. Save the grace of God and we are okay today. So you are telling me that Ken could not come to Ghana to answer questions. But in the U.S., when he was invited, even though that is not even a criminal offense, it's more of their immigration issues.
So you don't trust Ken?
We saw some video of him in handcuffs. I pray that is not the case. We saw videos. We also saw videos of where he was going to sleep in Virginia, and where some of the people who even slept in those environments. So for a person who is sick in the U.S., the U.S. government finds it fit, no longer respects his value as his right.
Well, this is America. Please, this is America.
No, the laws are different.
This is America. They don't take this any excuses.
So you understand.
Yes.
So
anyway,
you see, let's be conscious.
Mr. Idi Mukhtar is writing to us from Adeta says, Salaam alaikum. I don't understand the MPP and what they want. They just see nothing good about anybody but them. They should redeem their entire party by working in collaboration for Kenneth Ofori-Atta to come and account to Ghanaian. Else the MPP should stay in opposition until they make him available. Sam Aku Kelly says, good morning and happy new year. If the MPP is arguing that a brilliant performance from Goldboard was their idea as far back as in 2021, why didn't we see the same policy effects and impacts on the economy when they were in office for those 4 years? Why were we at a point having inflation at 54%, cedi dollar exchange rate at 17% and lending rate beyond 30%? Or were they using the dividend to pay their own 125 ministers? Over 125 ministers? Let's be sincere with ourselves. For Ghanaians are wiser than what some politicians think. He said, why on earth should the ICE in the US arrest and detain Kenneth Ofori-Atta when his visa is yet to expire? Lies will always beget lies. His lawyers need to come again. I guess that's it. I want to thank you very much for time. Wanda Madela, it's always a pleasure to have you join us. And he's a development analyst, a member of the NDC's communications team, and also Dr. Henry Kwabena Kokofu, big man. He wants to become General Secretary of his party. Thank you so very much, sir, for your time. It's been wonderful having you. My name is Audu Moro. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Let's meet at the mosque. Juma Mubarak. Bye-bye.